special, and we've been waiting for this. A lot of guys that were either in that locker room or are new to that locker room understand how close we were a year ago, and it feels like an eternity, but here we are, and we're looking forward to it.
Mark Prosser's father, Skip, longtime coach at Xavier and Wake Forest, and he'll be looking to have his team get the ball to their senior center, Logan Duncombe, averaging 18 points and 9 rebounds a game, shooting it at 60%. Winthrop comes in 23-10, only lost to Arkansas by 1 point and to Nebraska by 7. The Eagles have won 15 of the last 17. High Point has won 21 of the last 22, only losses by 17 at Winthrop, but then they won the rematch by 2. They had an easy win in the quarterfinals, not so easy yesterday, but they won by 4. When High Point won this game last year, Flynn Clayman was an assistant. Now he's the head coach. Was asked what his message will be to his team.
I'm going to just tell them to enjoy the moment. Don't let any pressure get to you. There's been a lot of hard work throughout the year from these guys. And to get to this moment where it's one more game, to get everything that you've worked for months and months and months, I'm going to just tell them to let the work show. Don't let the outside pressure or anything get to them, and just keep being good teammates and keep playing for each other.
And going for their 30th win. They've only lost 4. They're led by seniors Terry Anderson and Rob Martin, averaging 16 and 15 per game. That NCAA trip last year in a first-round loss to Purdue was the first ever for High Point. Winthrop has been to the NCAAs 11 times. Senior guard Cody Cluett knows the last was in 2021.
Yeah, that's why I came here. Winthrop, like you said, is the place where you expect to hang banners. And I wouldn't have it under any other way. This is my last shot at getting to the tournament, so I'm ready for it.
Patriot League has its semifinal games today. Colgate and Lehigh, top of the hour. Then it's BU and Navy. 4 games in the Big Ten, including 8th-ranked Michigan State at 3rd-ranked Michigan. Couple of news items. The Big East fined UConn coach Dan Hurley $25,000 after going after the refs with a second to go in yesterday's loss at Marquette. And Georgia Tech has fired Coach Damon Stoudemire. We're moving closer to tip-off. Coming up, we'll rejoin Ryan Radke and John Crispin. This is Westwood's coverage of the Big South Championship.
Finally, car shopping made for you. Meet Car Gurus Discover, a new search feature where you can look for vehicles using your own words. Whether you want great gas mileage or extra trunk space, simply type it in, and Car Gurus Discover will give you real shoppable listings that match. It's no wonder Car Gurus is the #1 visited car shopping site, according to SimilarWeb's estimated traffic data. Buy or sell your next car today with Car Gurus at CarGurus.com. Go to CarGurus.com to make sure your big deal is the best deal. That's CarGurus.com. CarGurus.com.
Early voting in downtown Chicago is now open through Election Day on March 17th. You can now go to the new Chicago Voter Super Site at 137 South State Street at State and Adams, or board offices at 69 West Washington on the 6th floor to vote. Early voting in all 50 wards of Chicago begins March 2nd at 9 a.m. Any voter can vote at any early voting site, no matter where they live in the city. Same-day registration is available at early voting sites. Bring 2 forms of ID. Go to chicagoelections.gov.
Should you get screened for lung cancer? Don't know where to start? The American Lung Association offers Illinois residents free transportation and financial assistance to make sure nothing stands in the way of your health. Early detection and intervention is simple and only takes a few minutes. Find out if you are eligible for a lung cancer screening. Call a Lung Health Navigator today at 844-ALA-LUNG. That's 844-252-5864. Grant funding by the Illinois Department of Public Health.
This Christmas, the most loving gift you can give your family isn't something they unwrap. It's the gift of peace, knowing they'll be protected and guided when the time comes. Pre-plan with Catholic Cemeteries of Chicago, and you'll relieve your loved ones of difficult decisions during their time of grief. It's a wise act of love, one that becomes part of the legacy that you leave behind. Call Catholic Cemeteries of Chicago at 708-236-5407 or visit CatholicCemetieriesChicago.org to give the gift that brings peace far beyond the season.
Ryan Radke, John Crispin back in Johnson City, Tennessee. It's the Big South Championship game between the top-seeded High Point and the second-seed Winthrop. Let's get John's keys to the game. John, let's start with the top seed High Point, trying to get back to the tournament for a second straight year. How does Flynn Clayman's team get it done today?
Well, I think it starts with pace and space. You've got to be able to play the game that gives you the best percentage chance of winning You've got to be able to get out and play with pace, but you also have to space the floor. Otherwise, the game gets bogged down. I think Chase Johnson's a big piece of that. Great three-point shooter, over 400-plus for his career. He's got to be that guy that creates space on the floor that allows them to play with the pace they want. Then the other part of that is just be on the attack. The aggressor usually wins, particularly in a late-season contest where you're playing against familiar opponents. You've got to maintain that attack by being the aggressor.
All right, last year in this game, Winthrop had a 15-point lead. They saw it go by the boards and miss their chance to go to the tournament. If they're getting back to the big dance, how do they do it today?
It starts with managing the game, and it's kind of counter to the point I made for High Point, where they want to play with pace and space. You've got to manage the game and get the game played in a way that you can feel comfortable. Now, Logan Duncombe not being able to play to start, that's going to be an issue. They've got to be able to slow the game down and control it to the point where it's not played in the 90s. And then the next part would be limit the free throw line, and that plays hand in hand with controlling the game from a pace standpoint.
Logan Duncombe is not going to start in the game today. We do expect we'll see him coming off the bench, as he has done in the first two games in this tournament. Winner goes to the big dance. High Point and Winthrop. The tip-off is coming up. You are listening to the Big South Conference Championship on Westwood One.
Woo-hoo. Hear that? That's what having fewer hot flashes and night sweats can sound like. Veoza is the #1 prescribed hormone-free treatment FDA approved for moderate to severe vasomotor symptoms, also known as hot flashes and night sweats, due to menopause. Veoza can cause serious side effects, including liver problems. Your doctor will do blood tests before and during treatment. Stop Veoza and call your doctor if you have symptoms of liver problems, such as feeling more tired than usual, decreased appetite, nausea, vomiting, itching, yellowing of the eyes or skin, pale stool, dark urine, or stomach pain. Don't use Veoza if you have cirrhosis, severe kidney problems, kidney failure, or take CYP1A2 inhibitors. Ask your doctor about Veoza. To learn more, call 1-866-239-1637 or go to Veoza.com. That's VEOZAH.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Back in Johnson City, Tennessee. Before we do anything else, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for NCAA March Madness. Along with our producer, Drew Casey, engineer Bob White, and John Crispin, I'm Ryan Radke here in Johnson City, Tennessee, as we get set for the Big South Championship game. Let's check the starting lineups. First, for the top seed, High Point, the Panthers come in 29-4. They went 15-1 in Big South play to claim the regular season title. In the backcourt, Rob Martin, a 5'10 senior transfer from Southeast Missouri State, the Big South Newcomer of the Year. He's joined by Terry Anderson, 6'6 grad student from Texas. He had 25 in the semifinal win against UNC Asheville yesterday. And Scotty Washington, 6'4 senior transfer from Cal State Norwich. Up front, Braden Hausen, 6'7 sophomore from Texas. And the man in the middle is Owen Aquino. He is a 6'8 senior transfer from Liberty. Head coach Flynn Clayman in his first year on the job. Clayman was an assistant coach on the team that went to the tournament last year. Took over for Alan Huss, who went back to Creighton as the head coach in waiting. Now the starting lineup for the Winthrop Eagles, 23-10 on the year, 13-3 in Big South play during the regular season. They are the #2 seed. In the backcourt, Isaiah Wilson, 6'1 grad transfer from Richmond, joined by Kareem Rozier, 5'9 senior transfer from Duquesne. Cody Cluett, a 6'5 grad transfer from San Diego, who's top 20 in the country in three-point shooting. And Dalen Berry, 6'4 senior transfer from Charleston Southern. Up front, Ed Namoko will get the start in place of Logan Duncombe. Namoko, a 6'10 senior transfer from New Mexico State. Head coach Mark Prosser, his 9th season as a head coach. His career record is 143-138. Officials for today's game, Bill Covington, Lee Cassell, and Tommy Morrissey. Well, John, we talked about Logan Duncombe, his availability. He's come off the bench in the first two games. I think you and I both kind of thought maybe he would start today, but Mark Prosser's sticking with the plan that he will come off the bench in this game.
I don't ever want to sound like I know any better, but I think dictating the game early on is as important as anything else. And I think with Duncan starting, you're actually able to dictate the game a little bit better. He's going to have to adapt to whatever game's being played within the first few minutes until he gets in.
High Point will take the court in their white uniforms trimmed in purple. Winthrop is in the road blacks trimmed in gold. Winner goes to the NCAA tournament. High Point trying to go for a second straight year and the second time in school history. Winthrop is trying to get back to the big dance for the first time since 2021. Owen Aquino will jump center for High Point. It is Ed Namoko for Winthrop. Fans here in Johnson City are on their feet, and we are ready for the 2026 Big South Championship game. Bill Covington steps into the center circle in between Aquino and Namoko. Spaces out the big men. The ball is in the air, and we are underway. The tap controlled by Winthrop. The Eagles have it first, moving left to right here in the opening 20 minutes. Kareem Rozier handling for Winthrop. Has it out front, watched by Rob Martin. Namoko out to set a screen. Rozier dribbles over on the right side, get it to Clue on the wing, turns, fires an early three. That's off the back of the iron, no good. Offensive rebound inside to Wilson. New possession for Winthrop. Out to Rozier, down on the left baseline. Barry's going to launch a three from the corner. It's good. Dalen Barry with a three gives Winthrop a 3-0 lead.
A very aggressive start for Winthrop. 2 early shot opportunities and a second chance as well.
Rob Martin handling out front, works right off a screen from Aquino. Martin down to the baseline. Jumps inside, pump fake, get it out to Aquino. Right wing, line drive three is off the mark, too strong. And the rebound to Rozier for Winthrop. Over to Wilson, here come the Eagles in transition. Wilson with it in the front court, hiding behind a Cluett screen out front. Dribbles left, turns the corner, gets inside, lays it up and out, no good. Namoko an offensive rebound, got stripped going up. Ball is out of bounds, officials all looking at each other. And the call is going to go to Winthrop.
Yeah, we talked about dictating the game early. Winthrop is playing at a fast pace to start. Interesting to see if they can keep that up with High Point once High Point gets rolling offensively.
19 to shoot. Eagles will inbound baseline right. Rozier to trigger. Gets it into Wilson on the wing. Up top it goes to Barry. He'll swing it around left side. Rozier has it beyond the three-point line. Dribbles off an Namoko screen to the right. Stops top of the circle. Backs up now. Makes the pass on the right side to Barry. Down in the corner it goes to Wilson. 6 to shoot up top to Cluett. Swing it to Rozier. Deep left wing three. On the way. Front of the rim. No. Rebound fought for and pulled out of there by Scotty Washington for High Point. Up ahead to Rob Martin. Martin into the front court, bangs into Barry, spins right, down the lane, gets to the bucket, put it up and in. Tough move inside by Rob Martin. High Point's first bucket of the game.
And Rob Martin had room to work because the floor spacers around the perimeter, wide open paint, and he attacked.
3-2 Winthrop, 90 seconds in. Here's Namoko with it, high on the left side. Picks up his dribble, lets the traffic clear, get it to Cluett on the right. Cluett a jab step against Hawson, brings it back up to the top of the key, swing it over to Rozier, drives left, down to the baseline. Rozier caught underneath. Finds Wilson in the right corner, up to Barry on the wing. Rainbows at three, off the rim, short. Washington fights and grabs his second rebound for High Point. Off it goes to Martin, up the right side of the floor to Hawson, down to the right side to Anderson. He threw it behind him and out of bounds, and that is a High Point turnover.
So far, Winthrop really seeking out shot opportunities. The base defense for High Point has been strong. They've been in position, forcing tough shots. Barry got the first one to go, but every time Cluett gets a look, it brings defense out. Interesting to watch how Winthrop's able to create a little pace with three-point shooting.
Winthrop 3, High Point 2. We're 2 minutes into the ball game. Rozier across the timeline with a right-hand dribble, bouncing out to Barry between the circles. Dribbles left, gets around Anderson, into the paint, puts it up off the glass, way too strong. Rebound batted out to Rozier on the right wing, shoots the three and splashed it in. Kareem Rozier with a triple gives Winthrop a 6-2 lead. Martin back with it, high on the right side. Dribbles left off an Aquino screen. Leave it for Hawson. Takes a dribble to his right, turns the corner, gets to the mid-post, falls down, finds Anderson. Anderson dribbles down to the right baseline, making Washington. Now out to Anderson on the right side. Anderson dribbling left, crosses right, stop at the elbow. Out to Aquino, left wing three on the way. That's good. Owen Aquino with a triple, and it's 6-5. Winthrop with the lead. Owen Aquino doesn't shoot a lot of threes. When he does, he's had a pretty good percentage, 45% of the year. Here's a deep three from Cluett, front of the rim, no good. Washington, another rebound for High Point.
Great pace to start this one.
Up the right side to Martin. Hesitation move down the right side. Got grabbed, put it up. They're going to say the foul occurred before the shooting motion. So a foul will go against Isaiah Wilson. That'll be his first, team's first. And it'll be High Point ball underneath. Substitutions for Winthrop. Tommy Camerad checks in for the first time, as does Ty Hamilton. Hamilton, 6'10 junior from Charlotte, North Carolina. Camerad, grad student from Buford, Georgia. Martin looking to inbound, gets it to Aquino in the right corner. Working against Hamilton now. Aquino trying to back his way in. Aquino gets down to the right block, turns into the middle, spins back to the baseline, lays it up with the right hand and scores. A patient move inside for Aquino. Here's Barry down the right side, quickly to the bucket. He lays it up and in, and Winthrop takes the lead right back 8-7.
Great pace. I was going to make a comment about Aquino, but they got up and down the floor so fast I just had to stop.
Martin with it high on the right side. Martin down the lane, gets into the paint, throws him a wild shot, no good. Camerad, the Winthrop rebound. Drop it back to Barry. He'll race across the timeline. Barry drives the lane down the right side, lays it up, and they're going to call a goaltend. That came out, but somebody from High Point made contact with the rim, score the basket for Dalen Barry. It's 10-7, Eagles on top.
Yeah, Winthrop's had success by attacking in transition. Nobody's stopping the basketball for High Point. I'd say both teams comfortable with the pace of this game, both teams on the attack.
Rob Martin looking at the bench. Play call comes from there as he makes his way into the front court. Get it to Aquino above the left elbow. Turns, faces up, looks back door at Martin, nothing there. Instead drives inside, and a foul is going to go against Winthrop. It's going to be a grab against Hamilton. He picks up his first. Second team foul against the Eagles. Now it is something to watch, and something else to watch. Logan Duncombe is up off the exercise bike and is going to check in for the first time. The Big South Player of the Year, averaging 18 and 9. Been dealing with a foot injury that has limited his availability. Martin will get into Aquino. Down on the left baseline, working against Duncombe to get the back his way in, and Duncombe reaches in, knocked it away. Ball loose, Aquino gets it back, turns, puts it up with the right hand, too strong. Rebound tipped and grabbed by Cluett for Winthrop. Long lead pass up the left side, Barry to the basket, reverse layup is good. Dalen Barry's got 9. Winthrop leads 12-7. High Point running it back. Here's Anderson with it, driving down the right side. Puts a shoulder into Camerad, creates space, flips it up. No, but a foul, and Anderson will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Up and down we go, and Winthrop with a 5-point lead.
Now, this is a great start. Interested to see how Duncombe coming in figures out how to play with the pace so far.
15:53 to go first half. It's Winthrop 12, High Point 7. This is Westwood One's coverage of the Big South Conference Championship.
Don't waste your B2B marketing on the wrong people. With LinkedIn ads, you reach the right professionals where they already are. LinkedIn has a network of over 1 billion professionals. You can target your buyers by job title, industry, company, and more. That means no wasted shots, just buzzer beaters. Spend $250 on your first LinkedIn ads campaign and get a $250 credit for the next one. Go to linkedin.com/college basketball. That's linkedin.com/college basketball. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
That's the sound of a big deal. At Wayfair, that sound happens a lot. Dream sofa for half the price? Big deal. New dining table you've been eyeing for months? Big deal. Finally picking up those last few pieces and finishing that bedroom? Now that's a really big deal. Whatever your home needs, Wayfair has the selection, the savings, and over millions of 5-star reviews to back it up. Shop Wayfair.com today before someone else snags your big deal.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Look at him, eating whatever he wants, never gaining a pound. While I'm stuck with the boring special and can't lose an ounce.
How's your lunch, man?
Amazing. Yours?
So good.
Oh, I'm so happy for you.
Cool, buddy.
Weight loss isn't fair, but Mochi Health is. The affordable GLP-1 source that can fix your frustration with food.
So, same time next week?
No! Definitely.
And your friends. Learn more at joinmochi.com. Mochi members have access to licensed physicians and nutritionists. Results may vary.
Ryan Radke, John Crispin here at our Grainger broadcast position in Johnson City. For the ones who get it done, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade products for your industry, next-day delivery, and free technical support. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. 15:53 to go first half. Winthrop 12, High Point 7. Terry Anderson to the free throw line. Anderson is a 75% free throw shooter. He has had a monster Big South tournament. 25 points, 12 rebounds against Asheville in the semis yesterday. 13 points and 14 rebounds against Gardner-Webb in the quarters. Steady shoots the first. It's on the way and good to make it a 12-8 game. John, High Point is one of the highest scoring teams in the country. They average 90 a game. They love the fact it's going up and down, but Winthrop has had the better of it so far.
They've had the better of it so far, but I would say over a 40-minute period, which is a full game, High Point has the advantage if the pace stays.
Anderson's second free throw back in the rim, no good. Rebound tipped into the hands of Camarad for Winthrop. 12-8, Winthrop on top. Here's Duncombe with it. Left of the lane, posted against Aquino. Begins to work his way into the paint. Duncombe still dribbling. Inside, pump fake, step through, flips it up, high off the glass, short. And another rebound for Scotty Washington for High Point. On the run across the timeline, forecourt right. Shovel it off to Aquino. Driving right against Duncombe. Spins left, gets around him, lays it up in the paint. Missed it short. Rebound underneath. Barry's got it for Winthrop. Aquino down behind the play. 5-on-4. Clue it ahead to Barry. Open look at a three from the top. That's way off to the right, no good. And then a foul on the rebound. It's going to go against High Point. Trying to keep Duncombe off the glass. Terry Anderson called for the foul. That's his first.
Duncombe's presence alone has an impact, whether it be on the defensive end, just forcing tough shots, or offensively getting on the glass. He's got an impact just with the minutes he's going to be able to play.
Austin will sit Cam Fletcher in for the first time for High Point. Winthrop ball, baseline left. Rozier looking to get it in. He'll bounce it down to Barry on the left baseline. Brings the dribble back out beyond the three-point line. Bounce it back into Duncombe, 15 feet away, left of the lane. Duncombe puts it on the deck one time. Out to Barry it goes. Now it's a set of screens. Barry dribbling left, crosses right. Kick it out, Rozier. Right wing, three ball in the air. Too strong off the rim, no good. Rebound batted out to Barry. Another possession for Winthrop. Barry dribbles over on the left side against Washington. Picks up that dribble, needs some help now. Shot clock shows 10. Fletcher deflects a pass for Duncombe out of bounds. It'll stay with Winthrop with 10 to shoot, 14:53 to go first half. Duncombe ended up on the floor, and Mark Prosser wants a foul call he's not going to get.
Well, they have let him play, and I think that's what's aided in the pace that we're seeing so far. When you start to find the rhythm of the game without stoppages, it's going to be much faster than you think.
Substitution into the ball game. Camarad is going to sit. And Sefadin and Dowie will check in for Winthrop. And Dowie will toss it into Wilson. In the backcourt, he'll bring it back across the timeline. Shot clock is at 5. Up top it goes to Cluett. Looking at Duncombe, puts him on the floor, drives right, and he got grabbed on his way in by Washington. And then some words exchanged after Washington blocked the shot. He and Cluett with some words for each other. The officials immediately step in and say none of that.
Well, familiarity in a championship game in some ways gets tossed out the window. It comes down to performance. But when it comes to the competition, these two teams know each other and understand they each one another is their biggest threat.
Washington will check out. High Point will go to the bench, bring in Chase Johnston, their three-point shooting specialist. They're going to say the foul was on the floor. So Winthrop will inbound baseline right, bouncing into Duncombe in the corner. Out to Cluett, swinging around now. Barry's got it high on the left. Up top it goes to Cody Cluett again. Shot clock is at 10. Duncombe sets a high screen. Cluett around to the left. Cycle down to Barry, left corner. Got it knocked away. Ball loose on the deck. Picked up by Wilson. Shot clock is down to 3. Pass out front, Cluett. Cluett one dribble to the right. Has to heave a 3 at the buzzer. It hits the glass, nothing else, and that's a shot clock violation.
It's definitely heating up a little bit. You can see players starting to jaw. I talked about the familiarity. This is a team in front of you that could keep you out of the NCAA tournament. These things seem to matter a little bit more. It's been highly competitive to start.
Duncombe is going to sit. Namoko back in for Winthrop. 12-8 Winthrop. 14 minutes, 19 seconds to go first half. Here's Anderson with it driving down the left side. Euro step to his right, took a bump, no call, flips it up and in. First field goal of the game for Anderson. 12-10 Winthrop. Wilson with a pass to Ndowie down in the left corner. Looked inside at Namoko. He was fronted. Cycle it around to Barry, high on the right side. Johnson reaching for the ball. Barry puts it on the deck. Dribbles right now, crosses left. Stops top of the key. Get it back, Wilson. Bounce it down low, Namoko. Spins around Johnston. Has the basketball. Dribbles out of trouble. Turns. Now they leave him all alone. Shot clock is at 8. Nearly traveled. Hand it off. Wilson drives along the right baseline. Out top, Cluett. He'll launch a 3. That one way too strong and off to the right. Rebound tip. Barry's got it for Winthrop. Pass inside Namoko. Spins. Pump fake. Spins again. Out to Cluett. Left wing 3. Short off the rim. Rebound tip by Ndowie. No good. Tipped again. Aquino's got it for High Point. Off it goes to Anderson. Driving down the left side. Anderson to the bucket. Got grabbed going up. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
I'll tell you, if anybody needed that foul to be called, it would be the play-by-play guy. You were on a roll there. And I think it just speaks to the tempo, the pace, the intensity of this game. Officials really letting them play, which I love. In a situation like this, the players dictate the way the game's going to be played.
You have any oxygen by chance?
Yeah, you're going to need it. You're going to need it. I'm here to lay out.
Anderson will go to the free throw line. 1 for 2 a moment ago. Anderson, the lefty, out of Deer Park, Texas. First free throw splashes down. Later on, we'll select the smart coaching move of the game, sponsored by Prevagen. Prevagen, made for your brain. Josh Mio checks in for the first time for Winthrop. They transfer from Coastal Carolina.
Terry Anderson's a tough one if you allow him in open space. You've got to close gaps when Terry Anderson has the basketball, and in transition, just get the ball out of his hands.
Second free throw on the way and good. Left-handed player. He loves to drive down the left side and take that Euro step to the right.
The Euro step has changed the game as much as any move in basketball.
No doubt. 12-12 game, 13-19 to go first half. Here's Rozier dribbling left, got to the elbow, got the ball poked away. Loose on the deck, picked up by Aquino. Whips it ahead to Anderson, 3-on-3 at the other end. Anderson goes behind his back, crosses right, up top to Fletcher, dribbling left, finds Aquino, top of the key, didn't want the three, drives down the right side, throws it to Anderson on the right sideline. Anderson looking at a deep three, instead puts it on the deck, drives left, gets into the paint, around and Dowie, lays it up and out. Namoko the rebound, got it knocked away briefly, picks it back up, throwing ahead Rozier up the left sideline. 12-12 game, Winthrop with the ball. Rozier driving left along the baseline, bouncing into the corner and Dowie. Out it goes to Wilson, down to Namoko on the left block. Spins off his defender in the paint, got fouled going up, and Namoko will go to the free throw line. Great spin around Fletcher. Johnston gave the foul coming on the help.
And the game is starting to settle. As much as we're playing with great pace, in the half court, both teams starting to be a little more calculated on the offensive end. I think Winthrop came out firing from deep. They're starting to try to get the ball inside and live more at the free throw line.
Namoko is a 67% free throw shooter. Takes a deep breath, bounces the ball once, free throw in the air, and that one rolls out no good. Westwood One of the Varsity Network bringing you the biggest moments of March all the way to Indianapolis and Phoenix. For the hometown call you love, the place to stream your team's broadcast all postseason is the Varsity Network app. Download the free Varsity Network app today. One more free throw on the way for Namoko. It is up, and that one rattles and drops down.
And that'll get Logan Duncombe back in the game. And you can see the difference. When Duncombe's on the floor, all five have to be covered. Namoko was left alone, playing five guys to cover four at times for High Point.
Conrad Martinez, the Arizona transfer, is in for the first time for High Point, replacing Martin. Martinez to give it to Anderson, back to Martinez, dribbles down the right side. He'll weave it back out, find Fletcher, top of the circle. Dribbles over off the left elbow, reverses course back to the right, get it to Martinez. High on the right side, puts it on the deck, driving right, gets inside, skip pass, left corner, Aquino. Drives the left baseline, into the bucket, got a shot blocked going up by Dowie. Saved by Fletcher. No, he was out of bounds. It'll go to Winthrop.
It felt like Chase Johnson, the three-point shooter, could have an impact on this game with his ability to open the floor. At times, with a good floor spacer, it looks like High Point's playing 4-on-4 basketball because no one's leaving the shooter. Those are things High Point's got to be able to capitalize on.
13-12 Winthrop. Eagles have the ball. 12-10 to go here in the first half. Rozier across the timeline with a left-hand dribble. Watched by Martinez out front in the logo. Toss it over to Dowie on the left side. Looking into Duncan. Can't get in the ball. And Dowie puts it on the deck. Dribbles right. Cradles it to his body. Puts up a runner from 14. It's short. Fletcher down low. Was fouled. And that's going to go against Duncombe, I believe. Those two guys were wrestling for position. And the foul is going to go against Logan Duncombe. That'll be his first, and it will bring us to a timeout. With 11:56 to go in the first half. Winthrop 13, High Point 12. You're listening to the Big South Conference Championship on Westwood One.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
This is the story of the one.
As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
.56 to go first half. Winthrop on top, a High Point 13-12. You can stream every Westwood One basketball game for free, sponsored by LinkedIn Ads. Stop wasting ad budget on the wrong audience. LinkedIn Ads puts your message in front of the right decision makers. Spend $250, get $250. Go to linkedin.com/college basketball. Terms apply. And for a live stream, go to westwoodonesports.com or download the Westwood One Sports app today. Well, Winthrop has missed 8 straight shots, and yet they have a 1-point lead over High Point. That foul against Logan Duncombe was the 15th foul against the Eagles. Now, you mentioned, John, the officials have kind of taken a let-them-play approach. Does that approach benefit one of these teams over the other in your mind?
I think it benefits High Point, who can play with this pace for a full 40 minutes. Logan Duncombe has not been able to have much of an impact on this game because I think he's having a tough time keeping up with it.
Martinez will lob it to Aquino. High on the right side, back to Conrad Martinez. Dribbles right inside the arc, hooks a pass back to Aquino. Thought about the three, didn't take it. Finds Martinez, drives the right baseline, gets inside. Couldn't finish the easy layup. Rebound is loose and out of bounds, and Dowie had it, then tripped and fell over the baseline. It'll go back to High Point. But, boy, Conrad Martinez, just a wide open layup, and he was unable to finish.
Sometimes when you're too open, you're looking for something bad to happen. He was wide open.
Martinez will inbound baseline right. High Point basketball down by 1. And what do we have? A whistle. The officials are looking at each other. I think there might be a clock issue. Bill Covington is walking over to the table, and now me and Lee Cassell are going to talk things over. Right now, the game clock shows 11:40 with 20 on the shot clock. I wonder if they're ruling that
possession
Winthrop didn't have possession,
yes.
so the shot clock should be lower. Yeah, they're going to put it at 14.
I think they got that right because it was not full possession. He's trying to catch the ball. He's falling out of bounds.
So Martinez will inbound baseline right. And we've got a quick whistle, and that's going to be a foul, and it's going to go against Winthrop. It's against Isaiah Wilson. They said he was holding. And that will be the second foul against Wilson and the 16th foul against Winthrop. So now it's free throws the rest of the way for High Point.
And this is where, if you're Winthrop, you have to start looking at how you can control the game. Maybe slow it down in the half court on the offensive end.
Inbound Johnston turns, fires the three, and he knocked it in from the right wing. Chase Johnston, 12 of his last 19 from 3, and he's given High Point a 2-point lead.
And he was able to get free from Barry, and I think Barry had just checked into the game to get lost. Barry also lost his shoe on that play. Yeah, that's why Barry couldn't get out to him. He was left with one shoe on his foot.
Well, Chase Johnston has been on fire. John, you mentioned he's made over 400 threes in his career. Guy that has played at a couple of different stops.
Who hasn't?
That's true in this day and age. But that's why he is on the floor to hit threes. Here's Duncan with it. Backing his way in against Aquino. Johnson comes to the help, poked it away. Ahead to Martinez. Driving on the left side, get it over to Fletcher on the right. Laid it up and in. High Point 17, Winthrop 13, 11-10 to go first half. Here's Duncan driving down the left side. Laid it up and out. Fletcher grabs the rebound off to Martinez. Racing to the other end. Handed off Johnston high on the right. Top to Aquino. They'll get it over to Martinez on the right wing. Dribbling left. Turns the corner. Down the lane. Scoops up a left-handed layup. Can't finish inside. Fight for the rebound. And Dowie rips it out of there for Winthrop. 10:48 to go before the break. Winthrop ball down by 4. Here's Barry with it on the left. Up top to Josh Mio. He's going to try a 3. That one lasered off the front of the rim. No good. Fletcher goes high for the two-handed rebound for High Point. Off to Martinez. Panthers running. Off to Aquino. Dribbles down the left side. Put a shoulder into Duncombe. Offensive foul against Aquino. They'll say that Duncombe beat him to the spot. First foul against Owen Aquino.
And ever since we cleaned up the whole block charge, we haven't seen a lot of offensive fouls. That was a legitimate offensive foul where Duncan was at least in legal guarding position. The right call, but I also appreciate what Aquino's trying to do. He's trying to go at Duncan and test that foot.
Camarad back in for Winthrop. And, of course, there's always that confusion, John, when people will say, well, dunk him. I don't know that he was set. It doesn't matter if you're set.
Legal
beat him
guarding
to the
position.
spot, legal guarding position, as you talked about.
Now, I would be concerned if I'm Winthrop continuing to play a game that you might not be able to win. They've got to be more calculated in the half court.
Fluid with it up top, get it to Duncan inside the free throw line, drives down the right side against Fletcher, stops, leans in, puts up the shot, it's blocked, it's out of bounds, and it's off of Winthrop. And Logan Duncan, you can tell, John, he's getting frustrated by the physical nature of this game, not getting the calls he's used to getting.
Physical, but also obvious. If you get the first pass and try to score, the defense knows exactly where the ball is. You've got to disguise it a little bit more. Maybe get the ball moving a little bit. Again, be more calculated in the half court.
Rob Martin back in for High Point. He'll handle. Panther ball up by 4. Martin with it, dribbling left, gets inside the elbow, kicking into the left corner. Fletcher's going to try a 3. It's good. Cam Fletcher with 5 points in the game, 20-13. High Point has its largest lead. Rozier across the timeline, dribbles over on the right side. Get it out to Duncan. Duncan up top to Camerad, now to Cluett, left wing, jumps the 3, in and out, no good. Fletcher's got the rebound, has to save it inbounds to Martin. High Point will push again. Martin behind the back, dribble in transition. Throws the lob inside. Anderson there, guides it in. Timeout Winthrop. 9:47 to go first half. 22-13 High Point. It's a 10-0 run for the Panthers.
It's almost as if the early success that Winthrop had, hitting some early threes, getting some early offense, it sucked them into a game that favors High Point. High Point has turned it up. Winthrop's been chasing the game, and now High Point has a 9-point lead.
Winthrop has really become reliant on the 3, John. They are just 2 of 13 of their 23 attempts from distance.
And a big part of that is the limitations with Duncan down low. He can't get space. He's having trouble finding an angle, and because of that, he can't draw 2 and kick out and make the game easier for everybody else. Again, Winthrop starting to chase the game a little bit more than dictating it as they should.
By the way, Winthrop is just a 34% three-point shooting team. Now, the one guy you'd want to take him is Cody Cluett, 42%, 20th in the country. He's 0 of 6, and he really has only had maybe 1 clean look.
You've got to create a good rhythm for good shooters, and it's not just a shooting rhythm, it's a game rhythm. And the game rhythm has been too fast to really get comfortable shooting the basketball.
Well, we'll see if the timeout calmed down the Eagles. They will have the ball in the backcourt. 9:47 to go first half, 22-13. High Point, the number 1 seed, on top of the 2 seed Winthrop. Duncan will sit, Rozier will handle. Across the timeline, over high on the left side, working against Martin. Stops in front of the High Point bench, get it up top to Camerad. Camerad looking inside, takes a dribble, dragged his pivot foot, no call. Bounce it down on the paint to Moko. Got the ball poked away, gets it back. Up to Barry. Not very good spacing right now for Winthrop. Namoko's got it between the circles. He'll wait, trying to hand it off Camerad, and said give it up to Barry. 4 to shoot. Barry out front against Fletcher. Shot clock is at 2. Barry has to launch a 3, and that one hits the front of the rim, bounces high and dropped in. Oh, man, you talk about a shooter's roll. Dalen Barry gets it to drop. A much-needed Winthrop bucket makes it 22-16. Here's Martin with it. Martin out beyond the 3-point line, dribbling left. Martin gets into the paint, lays it up with the left hand. Off the window, good for 2. Good move by Rob Martin. 24-16 High Point.
At High Point, you talk about the lack of spacing for Winthrop. High Point had great spacing, and Martin was able to get all the way to the rim.
Rozier driving right, and he bumps into the defender just in the game, Yusuf Singari. So Singari picks up his first. And it'll be Winthrop ball baseline right. Owen Aquino back in. Singari will sit. You used to get those bounces back in your day, right? Front of the rim, way up above the shot clock, and to drop through.
I like to believe I didn't need them.
You never touched the rim, right, Steph?
That's right.
Whistle before the inbound.
The further you get from your actual playing career, the less shots you actually missed.
Inbound to Camerad in the right corner. Up top it goes to Cluett, swinging around left side, and that ball deflected out of bounds. Boy, Cam Fletcher has been active. Got his left hand in there to swat it away. Scotty Washington back in for High Point. Winthrop will maintain possession.
If I were to describe the first 12 minutes or so of this game, I would say fast and physical. And who does that favor? Absolutely High Point.
8-point lead right now for the top-seeded Panthers. 8:35 to go first half. Rozier with it off the inbound. Works right off the screen from Cluett. Now Rozier crosses left into the paint. Kick it out Cluett. Pump fake. Now he's open. Shoots the 3. Back of the rim, no good. And the rebound yanked out of the air by Fletcher for a High Point. Cody Cluett is 0 of 7 from three-point range. Here's Martin at the other end. Get her to Aquino in the left slot beyond the three-point line. Hand it off Anderson on the wing. Dribbles right, stop of the elbow. Back to Aquino, left corner. Lasers up a three. That's too strong off the rim. And the rebound pulled down by Rozier for Winthrop. Off the head it goes to Berry. Berry cut off in transition. Top to Rozier between the circles. They both go out to set a screen. Rozier dribbles left, crosses right, down the lane. Kick it out, Camerad, right corner. Took about 3 steps, got away with it. Went to split a double team, gets the ball knocked out of bounds. And Winthrop will have it baseline right when we return. 7:55 to go here in the first half. The top seed High Point on top of the 2 seed Winthrop, 24-16. You're listening to the Big South Conference Championship on Westwood One.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I put on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Progressive presents ways to save money that aren't bundling your home and auto insurance with Progressive.
Thanks again for taking me to the game, man. I can't wait to get in there. By the way, what's in the bag?
Oh, I bring my own hot dog and peanuts. Saves a ton.
Savvy. What about the beach chairs?
Why buy seats when you can save big and bring your own?
We can't get in without tickets.
Tickets? What do you think the portable TV is for?
Don't save money pretending to go to the game. You could save hundreds by switching to Progressive. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
A KFC tale in the pursuit of flavor. The greatest insult the Colonel ever suffered was being served a wrap that was just a snack by a friend. So he took 2 crispy tenders, lettuce, tomatoes, and pepper mayo, and wrapped them in a soft tortilla. It wasn't a snack, it was a meal. He called it a twister, and never called that friend again. The Colonel lived, so we could chicken. The Twister, now back at KFC, classic or with bacon. Also try it spicy. It's finger-licking good.
Prices and participation may vary.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I put on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
7:55 to go first half here in Johnson City, Tennessee. The top seed High Point on top of the 2 seed Winthrop, 24-16. Along with John Crispin, I'm Ryan Radke. You're listening to college basketball on Westwood One, presented by Progressive Insurance. Insurance for motorcycles, boats, and RVs for protection on the road and on the water. See how much you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and progressive.com. Well, John, at the last media timeout, we talked about Winthrop in a shooting slump and yet had the lead. That shooting slump has continued. The lead has gone away. Winthrop, 1 of their last 14 from the floor.
I think when you're watching a game, there's what you see and then there's what you feel. And what you see and feel, when those things are consistent, you've got a problem. What I see and feel is Winthrop is chasing the game. Not just chasing a possession or chasing the ball, but they're trying to keep up with the game and, make 8 points back in one shot. They've got to slowly build back into this and do so with patience on the offensive end.
Winthrop ball, baseline right. Duncombe is back on the floor for Winthrop. He's had a tough game so far, 0 of 3 from the floor. A guy that had really maximized his minutes in the first 2 games. Just 27 minutes played, 32 points. Rozier looking to get it in. Looking, has to throw it deep. Cluett will let it bounce all the way into the backcourt. Picks it up and brings it back across for Winthrop. Shot clock at 9. Cluett with it over on the left side. Here's Berry driving, spins, finds Duncombe at the free throw line, takes a dribble, top to Cluett, pump fake, dribbles right on the drive to the basket, lays it up, no, but a foul. And Cluett will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. And maybe a good decision for Cluett. The 3 has not gone down, takes it to the rim, earns a trip to the line.
But also, 3 hasn't gone down, which means you haven't really found a good rhythm shooting the basketball. Great to get to the free throw line, find the stroke, build confidence, and when you get it back another time from 3, it should go down.
Rob Martin a little slow getting up. He's limping a bit on his right leg. He was the one that was called for the foul, his first. Cluett, meanwhile, at the free throw line, and he splashes the first. March Madness is coming to a court near you. Experience it live as the nation's best college basketball teams compete for a chance to cut down the nets. Secure your seats today at ncaa.com/NBB tickets. Second free throw good, so Cody Cluett finally in the book. His first 2 points of the game. 24-18 High Point, 7:39 to go first half. Martin into the front court. Up top it goes to Anderson. Anderson not a great three-point shooter. Dribbles left, stop of the elbow, crosses right into the paint. Up top to Washington. Jab step finds Fletcher, left wing. He'll shoot the 3. That one too strong off the rim. Camerad walls off inside for the Winthrop rebound. Hand off to Kareem Rozier up the left side of the court. Rozier dribbling left, hiding behind Duncan. Up top it goes to Camerad. He'll try a three. That one off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound tip to Aquino inside for a high point. Off to Martin, here come the Panthers. Martin with his little hop step, dribbles over to the left. Step back three on the way from the slot. That's short off the left side of the rim, and the rebound pulled down by Rozier for Winthrop. Racing down the floor with Fletcher. Fletcher able to cut him off in transition. Now a step back three from Rozier. Left wing is good, and that'll pull Winthrop back within three. Back-to-back buckets for the Eagles.
It's a big shot, but it's a tough shot. He misses that. It's just one more, one and done. Running the other way for High Point. Winthrop's got to continue to find good shot opportunities.
24-21 High Point. Martin dribbling left to the free throw line. Gets it to Washington left wing. His three on the way is good in response. Scotty Washington with his first bucket of the game. 27-21, and now a stoppage in play. As Fletcher is going to check out of the ball game. Hawson is back in. I think the net got hung up after that three. That's why the stoppage.
It's usually a good sign. It means shots are falling.
Pass goes over on the right side to Berry. Berry up top to Camerad between the circles. Toss it out high left side to Rozier. Holds the ball above his head right at the hash mark. Puts it on the deck. Bounce it up top to Cluett between the circles. Shot clock melts to 10. Duncan out to get it now. Duncan working against Aquino. Couple of dribbles on the right side. Pass is kicked away. With the shot clock down to 7. That'll get some time back on the clock for Winthrop. Back to 20. Held inbound here on the near sideline just to the right of us. Camerad will sit, and Dowie is back in.
There are different kinds of physical in games. Sometimes it's on the rebound or the shot. The physicality in this one's everywhere. Every cut, every pass has been contested.
And Dowie will toss it into Rozier. 27-21. Winthrop with the ball. They're down by 6. Rozier dribbling left off a Cluett screen. He's going to launch another three. This one a little bit too strong. And the rebound inside is knocked out of bounds by High Point, I believe. No, they're going to say it was touched by Duncan. And it'll be High Point ball.
You know, at the higher levels, Power 5, you have someone behind the bench with an iPad. I'm not sure if either team has that for a review.
Mark Prosser certainly did not look to anybody for Winthrop. Here's Martin dribbling left, gets around Duncan inside, pump fake, leans in on Dowie, and finishes over the top. Rob Martin in amongst the trees, able to score off the window. 29-21 High Point. Martin's got 6. Here's Berry with it out front. He was hot early for Winthrop. Berry rips it through, drives right into the lane, makes the kick right corner, and Dowie rainbows a three. That's an air ball too strong. Duncan the rebound, and he got grabbed inside. Well, that time the air ball worked out. It went right to Logan Duncan, who was grabbed and fouled inside by Martin, who picks up his second, and Duncan will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
That's usually how it works. The worst offensive misses favor the offensive rebounder. Defensive rebounders are looking for it off the rim. They're fighting for position, and the ball is airballed or airmailed. It tends to fall into an offensive player's hands.
Martin will sit with the 2 fouls. Martinez back in. They're going to call it a 1-and-1. They're going to say that Duncan was fouled before he got into the upward shooting motion. So a 1-and-1 for Duncan, 73% free throw shooter. Big deep breath, steadies, free throw on the way, and good. Logan Duncan, 7th in the country in free throws attempted. He is 12th in free throws made. And now, before the second free throw, I think the officials are going to go to the monitor because Dowie ended up on his back, and he's holding his mouth.
Just on the box out. And look, box outs are physical. The game's been physical. And I said it's not just physicality in one way or another. It's everywhere. We have monitors in front of us, and, yeah, he caught a little bit of an elbow, right elbow from Aquino.
So we'll see what the officials decide there.
You know, it wouldn't have been an issue if his face wasn't there.
You think that's what the officials will tell him?
I don't think that's what they're going to say, but...
You know, if you would move your face, this wouldn't be a problem.
That was my issue, playing against a post player. If I got stuck in the post, if he turned, I might be able to get a call by just taking an elbow.
Well, this will be an interesting call because if they assign Aquino a flagrant foul, I mean, Duncan's still got another free throw. This could end up being a 4-point trip for Winthrop all at the free throw line.
And I think they will because they tend to call it to the letter of the law. They don't really consider the nuance that I would. I would put these guys not in black and white, but in gray because I believe that's how the game is played. But the rule book is read according to the rule book, black and white.
So the officials over at the monitor, this is a veteran officiating crew. You're going to see them at the ACC tournament, SEC tournament, one of those coming up. These are guys that have been around and worked a lot of NCAA tournament games.
And because of that, I think they tend to let the game play. They let players dictate the way this thing's going to go, and it has been physical, but it's also been fast.
Well, now the coaches are getting an explanation.
It's a combination of these things happen, but it's also likely going to be a flagrant foul. Not intentional by any means.
So that is going to be a flagrant one against the Keno.
One free throw for the second part of the free throw, and then shoot 2 free throws for the flagrant. All will be placed at the baseline. 20 seconds on the shot.
I'd almost like it if they judged intent. I know you're not supposed to judge intent. You just call what you see. I don't think there was anything malicious. I think sometimes these things happen because of the physicality in the contest. You seek out contact differently.
So Bill Covington just ran through it. It's a flagrant foul on Aquino. It's his second. So Duncombe will shoot his free throw, and then Winthrop will get 2 more free throws, and then we'll have the ball.
Yes.
So I said 4-point trip. It could be even more than that. Duncombe at the free throw line. Steady, second free throw is on the way, and that one is short off the front of the rim. But now Winthrop will get 2 more, and Dowie is going to step up and shoot a couple of free throws. He is a 79% free throw shooter.
Now, when I said live at the free throw line, I didn't think they'd get there this way.
This wasn't on your bingo card. And Dowie ready. First free throw is up. That one is no good off the left side of the rim. Get the tax support you need, plus every tax break you deserve for your max refund guaranteed. Head to taxlayer.com to get started for free. File fearlessly. Now, one more for Dowie. It's on the way, and that's good. So 2 for 4 between Duncombe and Dowie. Now Winthrop will have the ball. They'll inbound baseline right, down 29-23, 5:28 to go here in the first half.
Well, getting a stop here would feel huge for High Point.
Wilson into Duncombe, up to Cluett, now to Dowie between the circles. Get it to Barry high on the left side. Barry at the hash mark up top. It goes to Wilson. Nearly got stripped by Martinez. Wilson gets the ball back. Handoff Duncombe. Driving right. Bumps into Singari. Backs up. Skip pass deflected by Anderson. Stolen away by Hawson. Over to Washington. Left side of the floor for High Point. Washington into the front court. Shovel it back. Hawson dribbles over on the left side. Stops. Up top it goes to Martinez. He's directing some traffic now as we melt down inside 5 minutes to go before the break. Martinez starts to the right. Cut off quickly by Wilson. Backs the dribble up. Anderson sets a screen. Martinez hooks it back to Anderson. Driving left. Spinning in the paint. Looking. Pump fake. In trouble. Up top, Washington shoots the 3. And it's good. Scotty Washington with his second triple. 32-23 High Point.
And all that set up by Tyler Anderson. His ability to get inside the paint just draws defense. Good kick out. Washington gets his second 3 to go.
Here's Wilson. Up top it goes to Barry. High Point has matched its largest lead. Barry dribbling right down to the baseline. Puts up a runner, hit the side of the backboard. Washington runs down the rebound in the corner. Tried to save it to Singari. It's deflected. Gets back to Washington. Now over to Anderson. Here comes High Point up by 9. Martinez into the front court. Finds Washington. Left wing. Rainbows a 3. That one is short. Long rebound. Back to Washington. Up top Martinez. He'll take a 3. That one way too strong off the glass. Washington another rebound, but he'll get called for a foul. Barry hit the deck. Foul against Scotty Washington will be his second. And free throws coming at the other end for Winthrop.
And Winthrop needs these free throws. They also need to take a breath and start to slow this game down. The pace with which High Point is playing is one thing, but the pace of their attack is another. They do not stop. They do not allow resets, which lets your defense get set, see the basketball. They just continue to attack and move.
Well, Wilson stepped to the free throw line. It's going to be Barry, though, that's going to shoot him. And Wilson now is going to check out. Rozier is back in the ball game. Neo returns for Winthrop. He's going to take the place of Dowie. Fletcher back in for High Point along with Johnston. Washington and Hawson will sit. Scotty Washington, he's hit a couple of threes. He's also got 6 rebounds.
He's been active.
He really has. And I think High Point as a whole, John, we talk about Winthrop's struggles. We should credit the High Point defense as well. It's a team that's known as a high-energy, fast-paced, scoring a bunch of points. Their defense has been really good.
Well, and part of the defense is to complement what they want to do offensively. So they do give you opportunities to score quickly, but it puts the game in a pace that High Point's most comfortable with. So it's their way of dictating the game. Give you quick opportunities, but make them contested shots.
Well, there is all kinds of confusion. Now Wilson has come back in, and they're having Wilson shoot the free throws. Barry is the guy that ended up on the floor, but it's Wilson at the line. He is just a 64% free throw shooter, and his first is no good. Rebound tip. Namoko's got it in the paint, and now lost it into the hands of Fletcher. Fletcher on the run up the right side of the court. Get it to Conrad Martinez, back to Fletcher on the right wing. Out front to Martinez again. Inside 4 minutes to go before the break. High Point with the ball up by 9. Martinez dribbling into the paint. Off balance. Flip shot with the right hand is good for 2.
That was big time. Get the defender on your back off of a ball screen and continue to probe inside the paint.
34-23. High Point's lead at 11. Lob inside deflected by Singari. Martinez trying to save it. Off the hands of Singari. Run down by Fletcher. Back to Martinez. Across the timeline. Crossing over on the right side. Martinez above the elbow. Bounce it down low. Anderson takes a dribble. Pump fake. Lays it up and in. Terry Anderson with 9 in the first half. High Points lead at 13. 36-23 Panthers.
A lot of the 50-50 balls have gone the way of High Point, almost like 70-30 balls, and now Winthrop finally walking it up to get something going offensively.
Barry with it out high on the right side. Barry dribbling left. Get it out to Wilson. Has it above the hash mark. Naboko sets a screen. Wilson refuses. Dribbles left. Gets inside the arc. Double team. Lost the ball. Tied up. Possession arrow favors High Point. Panthers force a turnover, and they will have it when we return with 3:03 to go here in the first half. High Point 36, Winthrop 23. You're listening to the Big South Conference Championship on Westwood One.
What's the impact of hiring the right person for the job? Someone who simply doesn't fill a role but elevates it. Indeed, sponsored jobs can help you connect with candidates who have the right experience and a proven track record. Find people who don't just complete tasks, they transform how work gets done. Don't leave hiring to chance. Sponsor your job posting on Indeed and match with the right candidates. Sponsor your job at Indeed.com/credit.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Join Westwood One Sports next Sunday night for the official announcement of both the 2026 NCAA men's and women's tournament brackets. It's Election Sunday, hosted by Jason Horowitz, PJ Carlesimo, and Debbie Antonelli. Be the first to know where your favorite team is headed or if their bubble burst. Plus, you'll hear from many of the coaches whose teams will be in the big dance. It's Election Sunday next Sunday night from 6 until 9 Eastern, right here on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network. 3:03 to go first half. High Point 36. Winthrop 23. We were talking about High Point's defense. They have held Winthrop to 7 of 30 from the floor. Logan Duncombe, the Big South Player of the Year, has just 1 point. What have they done so well against Duncombe, John?
Well, High Point's done a good job of disguising where the double's coming from, and they wait until Duncombe puts the ball on the floor, and they bring it from the backside. So when he turns, he's got nowhere to go. No shot opportunity and no pass.
High Point ball out of the timeout. Martinez handling between the circles. Dribbles right up a screen from Terry Anderson. Back up top it goes to Anderson. Jab step, puts it on the deck. Anderson against Rozier. Bullies his way down the right side of the lane. Puts it up, missed it short. Fight for the rebound. Fletcher's got it. Out to Johnson. Left wing three is up. Off the rim short. And the rebound inside is collected by Rozier for Winthrop. Off it goes to Barry. Driving down the right side against Martinez. Puts up a runner high off the window. Too strong. Gets his own rebound. Put it up and in. And one. Dalen Barry has had himself a heck of a first half. Single-handedly trying to keep Winthrop in this game. Barry with 14 first half points going to the line looking for 15.
He takes a lot of tough shots, and he's been aggressive off the bounce in terms of trying to score. but he also stays into play. Second chance opportunities, keeping the ball alive. He's been really impactful, even off of a missed shot.
Foul was against Singari. It's his second. Berry, who averages 10 points a game, looking for his 15th point of the first half. It's on the way, and that one rattles out no good, and Fletcher has the rebound for High Point, so it stays an 11-point Panther lead.
It's also Berry's third offensive rebound of the game.
Martinez drives down the right side, stop at the mid-post, turns, fadeaway jumper is up no good. Offensive rebound, Fletcher, another guy that has been extremely active for High Point off the bench. Fletcher is trapped in the corner. He's going to take a timeout with 2 minutes and 13 seconds to go before the break and 14 to shoot. Cam Fletcher, well-traveled. He went to Kentucky out of high school, then to Florida State. He had back-to-back season-ending knee injuries. Now has found his way here as a 60-year player to High Point, trying to get to the NCAA tournament. And a guy that really has looked energized. He's got 5 points and 9 rebounds in this first half.
It's hard not to be energized when you play for High Point. The way they play, the way they attack, the way they push pace and tempo throughout the course of the game. And when they have those floor spacers, they're really tough to cover, but it also creates opportunities for anybody to make an impact. There's driving lanes, there's passing lanes, easy to get to the offensive glass. So when High Point gets rolling, when they're able to play with space, they are dangerous.
Fair to say big 2 minutes and 13 seconds here for Winthrop trying to stay in contact.
Huge. You want to stay in contact so you can dictate the game at some point. Right now they're playing High Point's game. If they can keep it close, I think you take a lot of confidence into halftime.
High Point ball out of the timeout. They'll inbound baseline left. It's Martinez, Singari, Anderson, Fletcher, and Johnston out there for the Panthers. Mio, Duncombe, Cluett, Berry, and Rozier for Winthrop.
You really haven't gotten that much from Cluett or Duncombe right now. Those are two key components of their offense.
Martinez will inbound baseline left. Looking, gets into Johnston, left corner. Makes the catch, get it out to Anderson on the wing. Shot clock at 9. Martinez comes to get it. Brings the dribble back out between the circles. Makes the pass right side, Fletcher. Drives the right baseline, and what do we have? It's going to be a foul against Winthrop. Cluett tried to beat him to the spot. Winthrop saying that Fletcher pushed off. The officials disagree, and Fletcher will go to the line.
I think that's all part of cleaning up the block charge. You really have to earn an offensive foul as a defender, and Cluett was moving, didn't have position. Might have been a bit of a chicken wing, but who initiated the contact? That would be the defender.
Fletcher's 72% free throw shooter. Free throw is on the way, and that one rims out, and Berry there has the rebound inside. So Fletcher unable to capitalize. Winthrop ball. Here's Duncombe with it in the paint against Singari. Turns to his right, puts it up off the window, and gets it to go. The first field goal of the game for Logan Duncombe. 36-27 High Point, 1:45 remaining before the break.
Well, Duncombe was quick about his business there. No time to bring a double.
Martinez dribbling right, turns the corner, makes the kick to Anderson, right corner, rainbows a 3. That's off the rim short. Cluett the rebound. Off to Dalen Berry. Here comes Winthrop in transition. Berry with it, driving down the right side, puts it up on the run. No, but he got bumped and fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
I would say that's a foul that wasn't called earlier in the game, but Berry did a good job of getting just enough of an angle and then selling it as he elevated to the basket.
Foul against Martinez, his first. So Berry back to the free throw line where he missed a moment ago. 73% on the year. 14 points for Dalen Berry in this first half. 5 rebounds. And trying to get Winthrop closer here with 90 seconds to go before intermission. Berry played in this league for Charleston Southern. Also played a couple of years at Charlotte. He misses the first free throw off the left side of the rim. The Men's FIFA World Cup is coming to the United States this summer. Keep up with everything going on with U.S. Soccer's national teams with the official U.S. Soccer podcast presented by Henkel, wherever you get your podcast. Second free throw for Berry. That's no good. Anderson the rebound. Off to Martinez. High Point maintains a 9-point lead. Winthrop has really hurt itself at the free throw line in the first half. The Eagles are just 5 of 12 at the stripe. Martinez above the left elbow. Handed off Anderson. Dribbling to the right. Works his way down to the block. Duncan comes on the double. Back out to Martinez. High right side above the hash mark. 1:10 to go before the break. Shot clock at 7. Martinez dribbling left. Heads right. Finds Anderson on the wing. He'll take the 3. It's good. Anderson with 12. High Point back up 12. 39-27. Here's Cluett driving right against Johnson. Dribbled it off his foot and out of bounds. And back it goes to High Point with 53.1 seconds remaining.
You had mentioned how important the last 3 minutes would be, and that 3 by Anderson may be a bit of a dagger for the first half.
And Anderson, that is not his forte. 29% three-point shooter.
That's why he was open.
Here's Martinez, handed off Anderson. With it at the top of the key. Anderson driving right, spinning in the paint, turns, puts it over the left hand. He lost it going up. Duncan is there for the rebound. Off to Rozier. Here comes Winthrop. Rozier driving down the left side against Johnson all the way to the bucket. Laid it in and one. It was against Martinez and a three-point play opportunity for Kareem Rozier. He went right at Martinez and beat him to the bucket.
Tyler Anderson was in position as a secondary backside defender to take it away, but Rozier did such a good job of getting his body into the smaller defender. He actually forced Martinez into Anderson and took the shot block opportunity away.
Rozier is making a 79% free throw shooter. A little bit of a difference between those two numbers. Trying to complete the three-point play. Bends his knees. Free throw is up. It is good. So Rozier with 9 in the first half. 39-30 High Point. 34 seconds to go. So High Point can't freeze it out, but they can take it down here. What do you look for from the Panthers on this possession?
Well, I don't think you slow down. I think you continue your movement, your continuity. That's what makes you so dangerous. So a quick walk up and then get right into offensive action.
Martinez into the front court. Shot clock shows 19, game clock at 23. Martinez watched closely by Rozier out front. Rest of the Panthers standing around and waiting. Shot clock down to 9. They'll start their action now, and Martinez is hand-checked and fouled by Rozier out front. It's the first foul against Rozier, but it's going to be free throws coming up for Conrad Martinez. Mark Prosser is beside himself on the sideline.
And I didn't like what High Point did. They just walked it up and stood and waited. That's the easiest thing to cover. Why you allow the defense to get set and communicate. Just a mistake by Rozier. Ball's really not going anywhere. No reason to foul.
Meanwhile, Martinez, an 85% free throw shooter, will go to the line for a 1-and-1. Martinez joining High Point this year after spending a couple of years at Arizona. Martinez played in the tournament last year for Arizona. In fact, he hit a 3 in their game against Duke. He back rims the free throw. Flew with the rebound, 10 seconds left. Pass right side, Barry on the drive to the bucket. Pump fake Anderson, got him up, put it in off the window, and one. Dalen Barry's big half continues. He'll have a chance for a three-point play with 6 seconds to go before intermission.
It's a big swing when you consider Martinez goes to the free throw line. Opportunity to add 2 more or potentially just play it down to the last shot. Miss free throw, and then Barry comes down on the other end. Chance for a three-point play. Good response.
Dalen Barry's career high is 28. It came against Longwood last February. He's looking for his 17th point of this first half. Free throw is up. It is good. So Dalen Barry brings Winthrop back within 6, 39-33, 6 seconds to go. Dunk him out, Namoko in for Winthrop. Martin returns for High Point.
You got Johnston kind of trailing the play here. They're going to look to attack, look for a kick out back.
Martin across the timeline, dribbles left, jump stop at the foul line. Jumper is up off the iron, no good. Rebound tipped around. Camerat has it, and that will bring us to halftime. High Point, the number 1 seed, will go in with a 6-point lead, but Winthrop did a great job to close the gap in those final 2 minutes, John.
They did, but they're doing it without getting a significant impact from Logan Duncombe. I think he's going to have to do something big in this game if Winthrop wants to win. The game is being played in a way that High Point can win.
That's the end of the first half with the score. High Point 39, Winthrop 33. When we return, John Stashower rejoins us from our Westwood One studios with the halftime report. This is Westwood One's coverage of the Big South Conference Championship.
Should you get screened for lung cancer? Don't know where to start? The American Lung Association offers Illinois residents free transportation and financial assistance to make sure nothing stands in the way of your health. Early detection and intervention is simple and only takes a few minutes. Find out if you are eligible for a lung cancer screening. Call a Lung Health Navigator today at 844-ALA-LUNG. That's 844-252-5864. Grant funding by the Illinois Department of Public Health.
Finally, car shopping made for you. Meet Car Gurus Discover, a new search feature where you can look for vehicles using your own words. Whether you want great gas mileage or extra trunk space, simply type it in, and Car Gurus Discover will give you real shoppable listings that match. It's no wonder Car Gurus is the #1 visited car shopping site according to SimilarWeb's estimated traffic data. Buy or sell your next car today with Car Gurus at CarGurus.com. Go to CarGurus.com to make sure your big deal is the best deal. That's CarGurus.com. CarGurus.com.
Prime one-day delivery's fast. How fast we talking? We're talking yoga mats and fitness trackers delivered so fast you can kick off your routine tomorrow fast. We're talking weights at your door without really waiting fast. Water bottles and hydration backpacks fast and fast. Resistance bands faster than you can say feel the burn fast. More jump ropes just a hop, skip, and a jump away, aka fast. Whew. That was actually a good workout fast. Fast one-day delivery for all things fitness. It's on Prime.
Halliday presents, in the red corner, the undisputed, undefeated Weed Whacker Guy. Champion of hurling grass and pollen everywhere. And in the blue corner, the challenger, extra strength Halliday. Eye drops that work all day to prevent the release of histamines that cause itchy allergy eyes. And the winner by knockout is Halliday. Halliday, bring it on.
Halftime in Johnson City, Tennessee. Championship game of the Big South Conference Tournament, and High Point leading Winthrop 39-33. John Stash Show in our Westwood One studios. Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for NCAA March Madness. Our game is one of 4 today, where the winner will punch its ticket to the NCAA tournament. There's another one game going on now. It's in St. Louis. It's the Missouri Valley Championship game, and this has been an interesting tournament because Belmont won the regular season and then lost its first game to Drake by 21, and then Drake lost by 21 to Illinois Chicago. So it's the Flames of Illinois Chicago against the Panthers of Northern Iowa, a team that went only 11-9 in conference but is tied for 6th. They're playing their 4th game in 4 days, but they just shot 68% in the first half. And at the break, Northern Iowa, who hasn't been to the NCAA since 2016, leads Illinois Chicago 48-41. They'll play the Atlantic Sun final coming up next hour. That's between Central Arkansas and Queens University, a team in Charlotte that just recently made the move up from Division II. They're playing the Patriot League semifinals. Top 4 seeds have advanced. They're at the half. Lehigh leads Colgate 33-30. The top team in this league has been Navy. They've had a great season, 26-6, 17-1 in conference. They'll have their semifinal game coming up against VU. They're playing the Colonial quarterfinals, and at the half there, North Carolina Wilmington, who won the regular season title, leads Campbell 38-31. Big Ten today, Michigan State against Michigan in Ann Arbor. The Wolverines, of course, have already wrapped up the regular season. Illinois playing at Maryland, Iowa at Nebraska. Illinois and Nebraska will be looking for wins today that will assure them of the triple bye in the upcoming Big Ten tournament, which takes a long, long time. And the other conference championship game is tonight, and you can hear it on Westwood One. It's the Summit in Sioux Falls. It's North Dakota and North Dakota State, the Bison, who went 14-2. In the regular season. Our score at the half at the Big South title game, High Point leading Winthrop 39-33. You're listening to the Big South Championship on Westwood One.
Kohl's believes new decor counts as spring cleaning. Not that you're trying to avoid spring cleaning, but if you were, fresh decor from Kohl's is a great place to start. New towels, basically the same thing as scrubbing the bathroom. And new bedding, it's like dusting but cozier. Plus, get 20% off across the store at Kohl's. Isn't shopping so much better than sweeping? Select styles, 20% offer ends March 8th. Some exclusions apply. See store or kohls.com for details.
Class, today we're talking March Madness. Open your textbooks. Join thousands of other screaming fans for an in-person experience you have to see to believe. NCAA March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your men's basketball seats today at ncaa.com/MVB tickets.
Professor, this year my bracket is going to be perfect.
Right.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You push yourself in everything you do, scanning headlines for insights, keeping an eye on the market. Robinhood puts you in control of your money, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
Duncombe up top to Camerad, now to Cluett, left wing, jumps the three, in and out, no good. Fletcher's got the rebound, has to save it inbounds to Martin. High Point will push again. Martin behind the back, dribble in transition. Throws the lob inside. Anderson there, guides it in. Timeout, Winthrop. 9:47 to go first half. 22-13 High Point. It's a 10-0 run for the Panthers.
Welcome back to Conference Championship Week on Westwood One, presented by Progressive Insurance. Insurance for motorcycles, boats, and RVs for protection on the road and on the water. See how much you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com. I'm John Stashauer. Ryan Rodke had the call right here on Westwood One as that capped a 15-1 run by High Point after they trailed early on 12-7. They went from down 5 to up by 9 at 22-13. And then Winthrop did cut back into that lead, got it down to 3. They had a 3-point play right at the end of the half by Dale and Barry, who had a big first half with 17 points. And at the break, it's High Point 39, Winthrop 33, with High Point trying to win this game for the second year in a row against the same team. And when they won it last year, they advanced to the NCAAs for the first time, ended up losing to Purdue in the first round. Second half is coming up. We'll send you back to Johnson City, Tennessee, and rejoin Ryan Radke and John Crispin. Our halftime score again, 39-33 High Point. This is Westwood One's coverage of the Big South Championship.
Don't waste your B2B marketing on the wrong people. With LinkedIn ads, you reach the right professionals where they already are. LinkedIn has a network of over 1 billion professionals. You can target your buyers by job title, industry, company, and more. That means no wasted shots, just buzzer beaters. Spend $250 on your first LinkedIn ads campaign and get a $250 credit for the next one. Go to linkedin.com/college basketball. That's linkedin.com/college basketball. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Should you get screened for lung cancer? Don't know where to start? The American Lung Association offers Illinois residents free transportation and financial assistance to make sure nothing stands in the way of your health. Early detection and intervention is simple and only takes a few minutes. Find out if you are eligible for a lung cancer screening. Call a Lung Health Navigator today at 844-ALA-LUNG. That's 844-252-5864. Grant funding by the Illinois Department of Public Health.
Finally, car shopping made for you. Meet Car Gurus Discover, a new search feature where you can look for vehicles using your own words. Whether you want great gas mileage or extra trunk space, simply type it in, and Car Gurus Discover will give you real shoppable listings that match. It's no wonder Car Gurus is the #1 visited car shopping site, according to SimilarWeb's estimated traffic data. Buy or sell your next car today with Car Gurus at CarGurus.com. Go to CarGurus.com to make sure your big deal is the best deal. That's CarGurus.com. CarGurus.com.
Ryan Radke, John Crispin back in Johnson City, Tennessee. Halftime of the Big South Tournament Championship game. The top seed High Point on top of the second seed Winthrop, 39-33. Let's take a look at the numbers in the first half. First for High Point, the Panthers shot it at 44%. 15 of 34. They were 6 of 12 from 3 and 3 of 6 at the free throw line. Terry Anderson led the way with 12 points. Rob Martin and Scotty Washington with 6 apiece. Meanwhile, for Winthrop, the Eagles shot just 31%, 11 of 35. They went 4 of 19 from three-point range, 7 of 14 at the free throw line. Dalen Berry led the way. He had 17 points. Kareem Rozier had 9. Cody Cluett, Logan Duncombe combined 1 of 11 from the floor, just 5 points in that first half. And yet, despite all of it, John, Winthrop only down by 6.
Only down by 6. And we had talked about something before the game. Live at the free throw line. Well, not if you're going to shoot 50%. And I think that's going to be an issue, too. If you can get to the free throw line, you've got to be able to capitalize on that because it also slows the game down and it will allow Winthrop to play a game that they can win.
Yeah, remember early we were talking about, boy, they're kind of letting them play. Does that favor High Point? Winthrop felt like they weren't getting calls. They ended up with 14 free throw attempts. You just got to be able to capitalize. If they do it, they might be in the lead right now.
And there was that one situation with the flagrant foul. I mean, they only got away with 2 points on that possession.
Halftime score here in Johnson City, Tennessee. High Point leads Winthrop by a score of 39-33. The start of the second half of the Big South Tournament Championship is just ahead. You're listening to the Big South Conference Championship game on Westwood One.
Are you an adult with uncontrolled moderate to severe Crohn's disease symptoms and still packing a backup bag of clothes? Just in case, Skyrizi Risankizumab Riza can help you take control of your Crohn's. Feel significant symptom relief, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements at 4 weeks. Plus, Skyrizi is proven to help people achieve remission and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Individual results may vary. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's. Ready to take control of your Crohn's? Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease.
Control is everything to me.
Learn more at skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Liberty Mutual customize this song for you. Like your car insurance, it's custom too, yeah. Liberty Mutual's got the coverage that could save you money. Thanks to Doug and Limu, well now you can go and take that cruise. Liberty, 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 yeah.
Halftime in Johnson City, Tennessee. High Point on top of Winthrop by a score of 39-33. All right, John, as we look to the final 20 minutes and a berth in the tournament on the line, what's going to decide this game for you?
Well, for High Point, it really starts with maintaining the pace and the intensity. I think the fact that it's been a physical game with great pace favors High Point. There's really only one player for Winthrop who's comfortable with it, and that's been Barry. 17 points in the first half. He's the only one that's found comfort with the pace of this game, with the intensity of this game, and the attack that High Point's put on. For Winthrop, you've got to be able to manage the game to play a game that you can win. And that means be more calculated at times, force resets by getting back transition-wise in defense, get your defense set, take control of the style of the game, and give yourself a chance to win.
If you're Winthrop, is there some encouragement in that locker room that you're only down 6 and you look and say, hey, our stars haven't given us much, we've missed some opportunities. Even though we're down in this game, we got a good shot here in the second half?
Absolutely. I think there's a lot of optimism coming out of the locker room. And a big part of that is Duncombe and Cluett really haven't had much of an impact. I think Cluett got 1-3 to go, but Duncan really hasn't been the guy. He hasn't been able to draw to and make the game easier for anybody else. So a lot of potential, and Duncombe's going to be starting the second half.
All right, Winthrop will have the ball to start the second half. Winthrop in the black uniforms trimmed in gold. It'll be Wilson, Rozier, Cluett, along with Barry and Duncombe, as John mentioned, starting for the Eagles. High Point will go with Anderson, Hausen, Aquino, Washington, and Martin. 20 minutes remain. Winner goes to the tournament. High Point trying to go for the second straight year. Winthrop trying to get back for the first time since 2021. Remember, High Point only lost one time in Big South play, and that's when Winthrop spanked them. Now, it was back in January, but Winthrop had the better of that game. They really punched him in the mouth to start and cruised from there. High Point was able to win the rematch.
And it's pretty telling. Rozier and Barry, 26 of their team's 33 points. Got to get more involved.
Winthrop ball moving right to left. Rozier with it in the front court. Watched by Martin, who's got a couple of fouls. Bounce it up top to Cluett. He was 0 of 7 from the floor in that first half. High right side, Rozier dribbles to the top of the key. Shoots the three and hits. And just like that, Winthrop is back within 3. A 13-3 Eagle run.
A big three off of a mistake defensively. Just miscommunication, no switch.
Martin up top to Anderson. Hands it off for Martin. A foul against Rozier, who was trying to get involved. He picks up his second. First team foul against Winthrop. High Point ball here on the near right sideline. Martin will throw it in, get it to Washington, hand it back to Martin. Martin dribbles over on the left side, turns the corner, pump fake, Duncan inside, floats it up over and missed it short. Rebound into the hands of Rozier for Winthrop. They'll make the pass over on the right side. Cluett steps in, fake the three, finds Duncan rolling down the right side, lays it up and in. Logan Duncan has just got his second field goal of the game and pulled Winthrop to within 1.
Just like the start of the game, Winthrop comes out hot.
Here's Anderson, top of the key. Looked at the three, didn't take it. Dribbles right, gets down to the block, lowers his shoulder. Duncan poked it away. Anderson runs it down to the corner. Duncan took it away again. Drops it back to Cluett. Winthrop a chance to take the lead. Rozier into the front court, finds Cluett. Right wing three ball, way too strong. Anderson the rebound for High Point. Boy, Cluett is just having one of those days. 0 of 8 from deep. Aquino drives on the right side, knocked over Duncan, and a blocking foul against Logan Duncan. That'll be his second. He picked up a charge in the first half. That time, Bill Covington did not think that Duncan won the spot.
That was really close, but my favorite call in college basketball is the no call. I would love to see them just play on. Yes, there's contact. He was pretty close. We have monitors in front of us. That was pretty close.
Martin with the inbound to Washington, right of the lane. Washington puts it on the deck, backs up beyond the three-point line. He's got it on the right wing, get it to Aquino above the free throw line. Aquino holds the basketball, dribbles over, stops off the left wing, handed off Martin, turns, fires a three from the left wing. That's off the heel of the rim, no good. Barry is there for the two-handed rebound for Winthrop. Lead pass, Ed Wilson, trying to run it down and does. Lays it up and in! Winthrop takes the lead! 40-39, 18-23 to go. Winthrop from 13 down is up 1. Here's a drive by Martin. He gets hogtied and then gets knocked to the deck by Duncan. Officials quickly get in between. Everybody is helped up. Cooler heads prevail.
Pretty tough foul. These are one they often go look at, and they are.
Well, he definitely, Martin that is, definitely got grabbed up around the neck. And we'll have to take a look at the replay and see. The officials will do the same.
Well, excessive and unnecessary is part of being a flagrant one, and that may qualify.
They've called the foul on Duncan. It's his third. Now the question is, will it get upgraded to a flagrant one? And they are going to take a timeout while they look at this. 18 minutes, 17 seconds to go in Johnson City, Tennessee. Winthrop has stormed back. They've taken the lead 40-39. This is Westwood One's coverage of the Big South Conference Championship.
Don't waste your B2B marketing on the wrong people. With LinkedIn ads, you reach the right professionals where they already are. LinkedIn has a network of over 1 billion professionals. You can target your buyers by job title, industry, company, and more. That means no wasted shots, just buzzer beaters. Spend $250 on your first LinkedIn ads campaign and get a $250 credit for the next one. Go to linkedin.com/college basketball. That's linkedin.com/college basketball. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Should you get screened for lung cancer? Don't know where to start? The American Lung Association offers Illinois residents free transportation and financial assistance to make sure nothing stands in the way of your health. Early detection and intervention is simple and only takes a few minutes. Find out if you are eligible for a lung cancer screening. Call a Lung Health Navigator today at 844-ALA-LUNG. That's 844-252-5864. Grant funding by the Illinois Department of Public Health.
Finally, car shopping made for you. Meet Car Gurus Discover, a new search feature where you can look for vehicles using your own words. Whether you want great gas mileage or extra trunk space, simply type it in, and Car Gurus Discover will give you real shoppable listings that match. It's no wonder Car Gurus is the #1 visited car shopping site, according to SimilarWeb's estimated traffic data. Buy or sell your next car today with Car Gurus at CarGurus.com. Go to CarGurus.com to make sure your big deal is the best deal. That's CarGurus.com. CarGurus.com.
With the Westwood One Sports app, you can stream every Westwood One broadcast live right from your phone for free. NFL, college football, NCAA March Madness, U.S. soccer, and more. It's all in the Westwood One Sports app. Download now for iOS and Android and take the game with you wherever you go. Now, the announcement has been made. The foul against Logan Duncombe has been upgraded to a flagrant 1. Mark Prosser is getting an explanation, John. We were looking at the replay. It looks like it was just contact to the head and neck area, which is something they emphasize for calls to get upgraded.
Well, Martin split the double team, and all Duncombe could do was grab. Little extracurricular at the end with a little push down, too.
So it's the third foul against Duncombe. He'll sit. Martin makes the first free throw to tie the game. He's got one more, and then High Point will have the ball.
That's tough because Winthrop had a great start to this second half.
Second free throw for Martin is good. Those two free throws end a 7-0 Winthrop run. Going back to the first half, 17-3. But High Point with a couple of free throws back in front, 41-40. Now we'll inbound baseline left. Martin will get it into Aquino. Aquino has it, working against Namoko. Backs him down. Aquino into the paint, turns baseline, leans it up with the left hand and scores 2. First bucket of the second half for Aquino, 43-40, High Point.
It's just a completely different matchup when Duncan's out of the game.
Wilson out between the circles to Barry. Barry dribbling right, turns the corner, lowers the shoulder, slams on the brakes, bounce it out, Cluett, dribbles left, into the paint. Cluett stops, turns, bounce it down to Moko, right block. Pump fake Aquino, couldn't get him off his feet. Moko picks up his dribble, bounces to Cluett, down the left side, lays it up short, rebound inside. Hawson has it for High Point. Hawson on the run, into the front court, stops, looking for help. Needs somebody, he'll flip it back to Aquino, now to Martin. High Point will get organized. Lob it to Aquino right of the lane. Going to try to go to work here on Cluett. Nope, he finds a cutting Anderson on the left block. He's got Namoko inside, lays it up, and scores right through the big man. Terry Anderson's got 14. High Point back up 5, 45-40. Here's Rozier with it at the other end. Drives the left baseline, gets into the paint. Fadeaway jumper from 12, rolls around the rim and drops through for 2.
Rozier and Barry have been really good with the pace. But at times, the other three on the floor are chasing the play, and a guy like Cluett has not been able to get involved.
45-42, High Point, 3 minutes into this second half. Aquino with it left in the lane, backing in against Namoko. Double team comes out to Washington, driving right into the paint, gets to the bucket, his layup hit the underside of the rim. Namoko was there for the Winthrop rebound. Outlet pass on the right side to Wilson. Wilson looking for space, drives down the right side against Washington. Stop on a dime, flip it to Namoko, down the lane, lays it up. No, but a foul, and Namoko is going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
It's just a completely different look with Duncombe off the floor. You can't really feed the ball inside to Nwoko. I think he's traveled more than has been called. You and I are both sticklers for the fundamentals, I guess.
There's been a lot of traveling in this game, but it's not been called. A lot.
I guess there are some gray areas in the rule book.
Well, coaches always say they just want them to be consistent, right?
Yeah.
And if that's true, they've been consistent. They haven't called it either way.
Well, consistency allows players to adjust to the way the game's being called.
There's some discussion, I think, about who the foul should have been on. The foul is going to go against Anderson, so he picks up his third. And Namoko will go to the free throw line. He was 1 for 2 in the first half. Namoko began at Georgia State, then went to New Mexico State. He misses the first free throw off the right side of the rim. Fletcher back in for High Point. Camarad for Winthrop. Ryan Radke, John Crispin here at our Grainger broadcast position. Gain a winning edge for your business with Grainger. Get next day delivery of industrial grade products to help keep operations going when you call 1-800-GRAINGER or click Grainger.com. Second free throw coming for Namoko. It's in the air, and that one is good. So Namoko 2 of 4 at the stripe, 45-43 High Point, 16:39 to go. Martin into the front court with a left-hand dribble. Aquino out to set a screen. Martin dribbles off to the left, turns the corner, stops, pump fake, can't lose the defender, out front to Anderson. Anderson driving left on Camerat, puts up a runner high off the window and good for two. Tough finish, Terry Anderson. 47-43 High Point. Rozier runs it back at the other end. He puts it up, no, but a foul, and he'll go to the line to shoot two.
That early attack in transition, so hard to stop the basketball, even after a make. Rozier just gets all the way to the rim and can live at the free throw line.
Foul against Aquino, his third. So Rozier will go to the line where he is 1 for 1 of the game, 79% on the year. Rozier 5 of 8 from the floor, 3 of 6 from 3. He'd really been struggling from beyond the arc. Free throw is up and off the front of the rim, no good. NCAA March Madness action is almost here. Watch the selection show next Sunday on CBS. See where your team is headed and reserve your seats at ncaa.com/MDB tickets.
Feels like we got here fast. I think we always say that at this point of the year, but this season flew by.
Second free throw for Rozier is good. So 15 of the game for Kareem Rozier. He had been 7 of 37 on threes in his last 6 games, but 3 of 6 today. He pulls Winthrop within 3. 47-44 High Point. Here's Fletcher with it. High on the right side. Lob it over left to Washington. Now to Martin on the wing. Martin looking. Get it to Aquino. Left of the lane. He's working on Hamilton. Aquino fakes a pass. Puts it on the deck. Starts to back his way in. Turns middle. Bounce pass goes to Washington. Right corner 3 ball. Off the heel of the rim. No good. Fletcher taps the rebound to himself. Fletcher puts it on the floor. Out to Terry Anderson. Martin watered it up top. Anderson now gets it to him off a flare screen. Right wing 3 is up. That's short. Rebound into the hands of Winthrop. And it was Cluett, I believe, inside that fell over the top of Anderson, who was laying on the floor. And the foul is going to go against Anderson, I believe. Anderson was laying on the floor. Cluett tripped over top of him. Anderson gets called for the foul. That is his 4th. And it will bring us to a timeout with 15:42 to go. High Point 47, Winthrop 44. You're listening to the Big South Conference Championship on Westwood One.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Wendy's has a new Girl Scout Thin Mints Frosty Fusion with Girl Scout Thin Mints cookie pieces, rich, creamy Frosty, and a mint chocolate cookie sauce. Which means Girl Scout Thin Mints and Wendy's Frosty, yeah, they're basically best friends now. It's like 2 delicious desserts just high-fived, snapped a few too many friendship selfies, and then rode a tandem bike down a never-ending road of mint chocolate Frosty perfection. So, swing by Wendy's and try the new Thin Mints Frosty Fusion.
Limited time only. Participating U.S. Wendy's.
Back in Johnson City, Tennessee, where it's time for the Liberty Mutual fact of the game.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Liberty Mutual customizes your auto and home insurance so you only pay for what you need. Well, with a win today, High Point will become the first team in Big South history to ever win 30 games in a regular season. The Panthers already set a Big South regular season record with 27 wins before championship week began. I should say 30 wins in a single season, not regular season. But if they're going to get that win, John, they're going to have to hang on to what is right now a 3-point lead. And Terry Anderson to the bench with 4 fouls in the game. Anderson, a guy that averages 16 points a game, He has been a monster in this tournament, but his fourth foul picked up was still 15:42 to go.
And look, Chase Johnston comes into the game, and he's a great three-point shooter and a great spacer, but you're better off with Johnston on the floor and Terry Anderson on the floor because of the space Johnston provides. That's what opens up the game for a guy like Terry Anderson, who's now going to probably spend the next 10 minutes on the bench.
And that's a tough foul to go against Anderson, but I think you have to call it because Cluett fell over top of him.
And it's a play that favors one team, so you have to call the foul.
Winthrop ball out of the timeout. There's Camarad with it, high on the left side, working against Fletcher. Get it to Cluett, cutting down left side, stop of the block, bounce pass back out to Camarad, whips it back inside. Hamilton turns, puts it up off the glass. No, Fletcher is there for the rebound. Great contest inside by Aquino. Here's Washington with it. Back to Martin, goes the lob inside. Fletcher is there for the two-hand slam. 7 for Cam Fletcher, 49-44, High Point. Barry at the other end. Out front it goes to Rozier. Rozier working with Hamilton. Dribbles to the left elbow. Finds Cluett. Left wing three ball. In and out. No good. Fletcher another rebound inside. Cluett just can't find it today. Here's Martin across the timeline. Forecourt right. Crosses left. Into the paint. Aquino down the lane to the bucket. Foul going up. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Aquino came down hard, grabbing at his tailbone. He is helped up. He will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
Cam Fletcher's been really good for High Point, getting out running in transition, but also rebounding on the defensive end. We've talked about the physicality, which means you've got to be physical on blockouts and you need to be assertive about going and getting the ball. Cam Fletcher's done that.
Foul against Hamilton is second. Aquino at the free throw line. First one is up and good. Along with John Crispin, I'm Ryan Radke here listening to College Basketball on Westwood One, presented by Progressive Insurance. Insurance for motorcycles, boats, and RVs for protection on the road and on the water. See how much you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com. Second free throw coming for Aquino, and that one is good. So Owen Aquino's got 9. High Point rebuilds the lead to 7. 51-44, 14:52 to go. Rozier slowly into the front court. Duncan back in the game. Rozier driving right, gets to the bucket, flips it up, in and out, no good. Duncan the offensive rebound underneath. He's surrounded, gets it out to Barry. Right wing three, off the rim short. Fletcher is there, another rebound, and he's grabbed and fouled. Well, 2 things, John, as the Winthrop crowd is not happy about the call. Rozier had a wide open lane. Looked like maybe he kind of lost it going up. The second thing is, we talked about Cam Fletcher's energy. He has been terrific in this game.
Well, I think there's one guy who's truly playing above the rim, and he's been able to secure by high pointing, no pun intended, real high pointing every rebound. He has been above the rest.
Pun absolutely intended.
Yeah, sort of.
Here's Johnston, left corner. Three ball is good. Johnston's second 3 of the ball game. It's back to a 10-point lead for High Point. 54-44, 14:15 to go. Rozier around the Duncan screen. Stops, top of the key. Get it to Barry. 3 from the left slot. That one is short. Rebound on the deck. Washington has it for High Point. Off it goes to Martin. Martin across the timeline. Goes behind his back. Drives right. Gets into Camarad's body. Put it up and in. What a finish inside by Martin. 56-44 High Point. Martin is down behind the play. Here's Camarad. He'll shoot the 3. Top of the key. Back of the iron. No good. Long rebound out to Rozier for Winthrop. Rozier dribbling right into the body of Johnston. Spins left, floats it up in the paint. That's no good. Fletcher is there again and has another rebound. Off it goes to Martin. He is really hurt.
Well, the shot he just took was incredible. Impossible to describe on radio, but an absolute circus finish and a tough fall.
Twisting his body into the body of Camarad, high off the window and dropping it through. Martin driving left, down to the baseline, gets around Duncan, reverse layup is up, he missed it short. Camarad has the rebound. Off it goes to Rozier. Winthrop in desperate need of a bucket, down by 12. Here's Barry, dribbling left, lost control of it, gets it back, brings it back out beyond the 3-point line. Duncan will set a screen, Barry around it to the right, down to the right baseline, one-handed pass to Camarad. Up the wing it goes to Rozier, driving to the paint, big jump stop, floater from 8 feet is too strong off the iron. Duncan taps the rebound out into the hands of Camarad. Over to Cluett, right side Barry, wing 3. Short off the rim, Washington is there for the High Point rebound. He'll race into the front court. Washington down the left side. Washington to the basket, lays it in. Timeout Winthrop, 12:45 to go. The High Point lead up to 14. 58-44 Panthers, and the High Point crowd can feel it.
And they were able to put together a nice little run with Tyler Anderson going out with those 4 fouls. Helped them started with a Chase Johnston open 3 in the corner.
Boy, Anderson goes to the bench in a 3-point game, and you're wondering, what does this mean for High Point? How about an 11-0 run? And the Panthers just continue to be aggressive.
Yeah, they are, as soon as they get a rebound, and really it starts with Cam Fletcher rebounding the basketball and then Rob Martin getting out and running. You have floor spacers that open up the floor in transition, allow a dribble drive right away. You've seen lob dunks. High Point's been aggressive on the offensive end, but it certainly starts with what they're able to do with defensive rebounding.
Let's check the schedule of games coming up on Westwood One, sponsored by Straight Talk. Later tonight, it's the Summit League Championship game at 8:45 Eastern. And then tomorrow night, we'll have the SoCon Championship game at 6:45 Eastern. Every now and then you find a good deal where you get more and pay less. Now, that's a good deal. That's Straight Talk Wireless on Verizon's 5G network. Find it exclusively at Walmart and straighttalk.com. All right, Winthrop had actually come back to take the lead in this game, John. They find themselves now down by 14. How do they get some momentum back?
Well, I think sometimes you take the lead playing a game that the other team is favored in. And that's what happened early in this game where Winthrop was getting out and running and scoring, but it was almost fool's gold, where you get fooled thinking that you're going to be able to thrive in this type of game. Eventually, High Point finds it, and they separate. That's what's happened in the second half as well as it happened in the first.
Winthrop ball out of the timeout. Rozier across the timeline with a left-hand dribble. Heads over on the left wing, beyond the three-point line. Little shove off against Martin to create space. Lob it to Duncan, who almost fell over. Makes the catch near the three-point line. Duncan puts it on the floor. Starts to back his way against Aquino. Turns middle, puts it up, no, but a foul. And he's going to go to the free throw line to shoot two. And if that's Aquino, that's his fourth. And it is. So Owen Aquino joins Terry Anderson. 4 fouls for each of those guys. And Duncan will go to the free throw line where he is 2 for 4 in the game. They get 1 for 2 in the game.
Now, they didn't double on that possession, and I understand Duncan has not had the impact, but when you have foul trouble, like Tyler Anderson on the bench with 4, Aquino now with 4, you've got to bring the help just to avoid another player, another key player picking up that 4th foul with still 12 and a half minutes to play.
There was some more chirping between the two teams. The officials just walked into the paint and basically said, that's enough. Duncan at the line, bends his knees, free throw on the way, and that one rims in. 6th point of the game for Duncan. Aquino is going to sit, and Singari will check back in. Logan Duncan is really a great story. Went to Indiana, didn't play much, transferred to Xavier, sat out an entire season with injury, comes into this year and has had an unbelievable season, averaging 18-9, Big South Player of the Year. He had only played in 42 career games prior to this year as he rims in the second free throw.
Well, it also explains why he's playing hurt. You spend all that time off the floor with injury, it's going to take a lot to keep you out.
58-46 High Point, 12-19 to go in the game. Panthers the number 1 seed, up 12 with the ball. Here's Martin dribbling left, down to the block, jump stop, double team, needs some help. Out to Johnston, up top Washington. Washington stops above the free throw line, pump fake, throws a backdoor pass inside Fletcher, lost it out of bounds. That's a turnover, and we give the ball back to Winthrop.
Something High Point does a lot on the offensive end. They drive it as far as they can, and they throw back out beyond the three-point line. Now, if that's a turnover, that's a pick 6. But what it does is leads to a long closeout and another attack. Really difficult to defend that.
Just the 5th turnover of the game for High Point. Winthrop with the ball down by 12. Here's Cluett, top of the key. Inside Duncan, lowers his shoulder, put it up and in. Went right through Singari. And Duncan will have a chance for a 3-point play. And that's where not having Aquino on the floor really hurts High Point, John.
Yes, and Duncan's doing the most work he's done before he gets a catch. He is fighting for position. Play your offense early, win position, win the possession.
Foul against Singari, his 3rd. Duncan will be at the line when we return. 11:59 to go. High Point 58, Winthrop 48. You're listening to the Big South Conference Championship on Westwood One.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Class, today we're talking women's hoops. Open your textbooks. Join thousands of other screaming fans for an in-person experience you have to see to believe. NCAA March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/WBB tickets.
I'm destined to watch my team go for it all.
The student has become the professor.
DQ presents the Spicy Menu. For a limited time, try the new Flamethrower Chicken Strip Basket for $6.99 with spicy, bold strips that heat you up. Served with a side of famous DQ soft serve as a dip to cool you down. That's right, dip those spicy chicken strips right into soft serve, plus fries and toast, all for just $6.99. And add a new pineapple lemonade sparkler or cooler made with tahini. It's the limited time only Spicy Menu. Get it delivered in the DQ app. Happy, tastes good. Participation may vary.
11:59 remaining. High Point on top of Winthrop, 58-48. A reminder, you can stream every Westwood One basketball game for free, sponsored by LinkedIn Ads. Stop wasting ad budget on the wrong audience. LinkedIn Ads puts your message in front of the right decision makers. Spend $250, get $250. Go to linkedin.com/college basketball. Terms apply. And for a live stream, go to westwoodonesports.com. Download the Westwood One Sports app today. So a 10-point High Point lead, but Winthrop a chance to get it back into single digits. Every time it seems like High Point is about to grab control of this thing, Winthrop is able to come back and keep themselves alive.
Now it helps having two key guys for High Point on the bench with 4 fouls. You're able to play through Logan Duncombe a little bit more. You just have to be patient in allowing him to get the position where he can dominate that possession.
Duncombe at the free throw line, 3 of 4 in the game. Steadings. Free throw is up. It is good. So he completes the three-point play. Duncombe into double figures. He's got 10. 58-49 High Point. 11:57 to go. High Point has led by as many as 14. Martin into the front court. Hides behind a Fletcher screen out front. Gets it back to Fletcher. Fletcher inside the three-point line. Dribbles to the right elbow. Handed off Washington. Dribbles left into the paint. 10-foot floater is up around the iron and out. No good. Duncombe's got the rebound. Hand it off. Here comes Wilson up the right side of the floor. Duncombe sets a screen. Wilson dribbling left. Stop. Top of the key. Get it to Cluett on the wing. Duncombe sets a screen for him. Cluett dribbling right. Turns the corner at the free throw line. Drop it off Duncombe. Left block. Elevates for the two-hand slam. 7-0 Winthrop run. Back within 7. 58-51.
And it's just different. No Aquino on the floor. No Tyler Anderson. Defense is different. Duncombe's able to dominate the possession.
Martin with a dribble out front in the Big South logo near midcourt. Singari out to set a screen. Martin backs up. Now will use the screen. Dribbling left. Heads to his right. Gets inside the elbow. Spins out to Johnston. Deep three. Top of the key. Oh, he hit it. Johnston from almost 30 feet away. 61-51 High Point. 10:50 to go.
There are floor spacers, and then there are floor spacers. That was from 30.
Talk about step range. Cluett into the paint, lost it. Duncombe picks it up, nearly got tied up. Gets around Singari inside, and now an offensive foul against Duncombe. They'll call him for the chicken wing, and that's his 4th. And now we've got pushing and shoving inside. Duncombe was on the floor. Singari got mixed up with Ndowie. Flynn Clayman, the High Point coach, is hot. He is screaming at Singari, what are you doing?
Oh, what he was doing, he was trying to grab the ball from Duncan, who's laying on the floor, and it just leads to a scuffle, completely unnecessary. Jace Johnston getting in Singari's face as his coach Clayman.
My goodness. I mean,
you feel that differently.
Flynn Clayman just walked all the way across the floor to get in Singari's face. Now, the officials are going to look at this.
Well, there are times where you get in someone's face, and then there are times where you look like you might fight. That was a coach who was ready to fight his own player to make the point.
He's still going at it in the huddle. I mean, he is like nose to nose.
Well, it's a huge play that could end up going back the other way. That would be a dead ball technical foul, which is completely unnecessary when you have a 10-point lead, 10.5 to go, with 2 of your best players on the bench with 4 fouls.
Now, officials are looking. You think we're going to see a technical here, or is this going to be a boys will be boys?
No, see, sometimes I think it's good for officials to go look at this just to get everyone to calm down. Let everyone calm down, come back and say, all good, play on. I don't think it was enough to be a dead ball technical foul. Coach Clayman, as we see him on our monitors in the huddle, he is irate.
I think they're calling double technicals.
That's always fair, too, sort of.
I think it's going to be Singari, and then I think they're going to get Indawi.
You will assess double technical Class A technical foul. No free throws will be shot. One team foul.
So no free throws. Technical foul against Singari for reaching down and trying to pull the ball away from Duncan, and then a technical foul against Indawi for coming in and shoving Singari out of the way.
Now, part of me gets what Singari's doing. I'm High Point. I want to play fast. I don't want you to lay on the floor and take a break and slow this game down. I want to get the ball in the officials' hands so we can start play back up. I get doing that, but you've got to understand the situation in the game.
So that is the fourth foul for Singari. It's just the first against Indawi. It's going to be High Point ball. Up 10, 61-51 with 10:39 to go. And now Duncombe on the bench with 4 fouls. By the way, looking at the replay, it was a good call. Duncombe did use that chicken wing to try to clear space. Martin with it into the front court. Dribbles over on the right, crosses left into the paint, spinning, floats it up, in and one. Rob Martin again, the little man into the lane and a chance for 3.
I would not take Chase Johnson off the floor because they ran him across from the right side all the way to the left wing, and it took Berry with him. And at that point, it opened the floor wide open for Rob Martin to just make a play in a one-on-one ISO situation with all the space in the world.
Foul against Rozier, his third. Martin with a free throw line. His free throw is off the left side of the rim. No good. Singari with a back tap, but he'll get called for a foul, and that's his 5th. He's done. Singari reached up trying to tap that ball back. He's trying to say that his arm was getting grabbed. The officials don't want to hear it. And Singari has just fouled out with 10:28 to go.
5 fouls and about 10 minutes of play. I think you could live with that. The problem is it brings Aquino back into the game with 4 fouls, 10.5 to play.
So Namoko will walk to the other end to shoot a 1-and-1. Namoko with 2 points in the game. He is 2 of 4 at the free throw line. Needs the first to earn the bonus. 63-51 High Point. Namoko's free throw is no good off the back of the rim, and Washington has another rebound, his 9th.
Now the key for High Point is that Duncombe's got 4 as well, and he's on the bench. And you can go small, play fast if you're High Point, given your foul trouble.
Martin with it out near midcourt. Aquino out to set a screen. Martin dribbles off it to the right. Martin crosses back left into the paint. Big jump stop. Find Johnson on the left. Back to Martin down the corner. 8 to shoot. Martin dribbles up the board. Shot clock down to 5. Martin dribbling left. Step back. 18-footer on the way to the baseline. An air ball short. And a foul on the rebound is going to go against Winthrop. That's against Mio, who had just checked in. He picks up his first. And that's going to be High Point free throws. Back to Namoko missing the free throw, John. If Winthrop loses this game, they're going to look at the free throw line. They have missed 10 free throws, and there's still 10 minutes to go.
I mean, making free throws allows you to slow the game down, too. Off of a made free throw, you get your defense set. You force the offense to slow down, but they haven't been able to dictate the game through made free throws.
Fletcher to the line for a 1-and-1. His free throw is good. Boy, how about Cam Fletcher?
Yeah.
The 6th-year player. He's got 8 points and a career-high 13 rebounds in this game today. Big-time player coming out of high school. He went to Kentucky, then to Florida State, then to Xavier. He had back-to-back season-ending knee injuries, and now Fletcher and Mio are getting into it. And again, the officials have to step in between.
Think these teams know each other? When you're the top 2 teams in the league, when you're 2 of the most successful programs in the league, and you're fighting for survival, I understand it, but you do have to keep composure, more so right now if you're High Point.
Mio is going to sit, Wilson back in.
Duncan back in the game with those 4 fouls.
Now it's Rozier who's talking to Fletcher, and Fletcher just looks at him and laughs. Second free throw on the way. Is good. What does that say? Familiarity breeds contempt?
Yes.
65-51 High Point. Inside 10 minutes to go. Winthrop back down 14. This match is their largest deficit. Here's Cluett, top of the circle against Johnson. Reached in, poked it away. Foul against Cluett. And Cody Cluett is having a nightmare day. And you feel for Cluett, a kid that came to Winthrop hoping this would be his chance to finally get to the tournament. He has been a terrific player all year long, but today He is 0 of 10 from the floor, 0 of 9 from 3, and he just got stripped 25 feet from the basket and committed a foul.
Yeah, he really hasn't been able to create separation. Got a few decent looks, but they were rushed, contested shots early in the game that has never been able to find a rhythm or find space.
Chase Johnston will go to the free throw line. His first is good. Ryan Radke, John Crispin here at our Granger broadcast position in Johnson City, Tennessee. Stay on top of your game with Granger. Get the industrial-grade products right when you need them to help your business advance when you call 1-800-GRANGER or click Granger.com. Second free throw is good. Johnston into double figures. He's got 11. 67-51. High Point has its largest lead. Duncombe back in the ball game with his 4 fouls. Winthrop has no choice. Rozier pounds it down out front with the left hand. Surveys the scene. Get it to Wilson. Right corner Berry. He'll jump to 3. That one in and out, no good. Rebound volleyball around inside. Duncombe had it. Ends up out of bounds in the basket stanchion. Lost the ball. It was knocked away by High Point. It'll stay with Winthrop with 9:31 to go.
If I'm Winthrop, I'm going to run offense to get Cam Fletcher away from the rim, because anytime a shot goes up and Cam Fletcher's around the perimeter, you have a chance for Winthrop to get an offensive rebound. Otherwise, if Fletcher's anywhere near the rim, he's coming down with it.
Flynn Clayman just said he wanted to challenge the call. His players all turned around and were shaking their hands saying, no, no, no. But Clayman had already asked for the challenge.
I don't know what he saw that he would challenge. Again, they have resources at High Point. I don't know if they have a video guy with an iPad. They do.
Westwood One is once again your home for complete coverage of March Madness from Selection Sunday until the nets are cut down. We'll bring you live exclusive action of both the NCAA men's and women's basketball tournaments on the Westwood One Sports app and westwoodonesports.com.
Now, we have it on the monitors in front of us. And it did look like he may have thrown the ball. Yeah, that looks like it goes off of Johnston. I'm not sure that's one I would review and risk the timeout.
You know what's hilarious is normally it's the players that are all saying challenge everything.
Yeah.
The coach is saying no. That time, Clayman, I don't even know if they had time to look at a replay.
No.
Immediately said challenge. The players all turned around and said no, don't. But by then it was too late.
Well, a good way to lose your job is make a mistake on a review. That's a job I would not want.
Everybody turns and looks at you.
Oh, God. I mean, you see it. At some of these games, there's 15,000 people screaming and yelling, and everyone sees the coach turn around and ask a poor grad assistant, what should I do? Imagine Coach Cal asking a grad assistant, what should I do with a minute left?
Which is always great when the guy making multi-millions is asking the guy making about 30 grand.
Minimum.
Hey, what do you think I should do here? You're asking me?
Oh, Lord.
The call will stand. It is Winthrop ball. That'll cost High Point a timeout. And they will not be able to challenge the rest of the game. Rozier will inbound baseline left. Fletcher trying to bother him. Rozier will throw it out front. Wilson makes the catch near the half-court line. Dribbling left, puts a shoulder down into Johnson. Skips it to Cluett. Right corner, rainbows a 3. It's good, finally, for Cody Cluett. His first 3 of the game, 67-54 with 9:22 to go.
And credit Wilson, just attacking down the left side and throwing the skip pass over the top to Cluett as the defense on the backside converged.
High Point basketball up by 13. The call is chin tap from the High Point sideline. Martin driving left on Wilson. Stop at the mid-post. Jumper is up. That rolls off the rim, no good. Duncombe snatches down the rebound for Winthrop. Handed off Wilson up the right sideline to Rozier. Winthrop ball, 9 minutes to go, down by 13. Rozier with it out front. Dribbles around to Duncombe, screen to the right. Rozier looking for help. He'll throw a pass out front to Wilson. Shot clock at 15. Wilson dribbling left. Gets it out to Cluett. High right side. Shoots another 3. Hit it again. Back-to-back triples for Cluett after he had been ice cold. Winthrop back within 10. 67-57.
And you got to think you're going to wait if you're High Point to bring Terry Anderson back in this game, at least until the under 8 timeout, but it's getting close.
Martin with it over on the far left sideline. Martin lost his footing, lost the ball, gets it back and threw it away into the hands of Berry. 2-on-2 the other way. Berry down the right side against Johnson. Puts it up. No, but a foul against Johnston. And Berry will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Johnston called for his second. And here we go again. Winthrop can get back within single digits.
This is the problem, though, there's been. And Terry Anderson's going to come back into this game a little early, but an offense-defensive opportunity when you consider the under 8 timeout coming up. This is what it's been like. High Point gets a lead, and Winthrop does a few good things to get back into it. Can they sustain? That's the question.
Only thing wrong for Dalen Berry today has been the free throw line. He makes the first. He's now 2 for 5. 17 in the first half for Berry. That's his first point of the second half. Washington will sit. Anderson back in with the 4 fouls.
Well, the key is the 2 threes by Kluwer. I mean, he's just really struggled to get it going, and those are big shots that bring you back into this game.
Second free throw for Berry. Rattles and comes out, and Fletcher has his 14th rebound of the game. 67-58, high point, 8:17 to go. Martin will initiate the offense high on the left. Aquino sets his screen. Pitch it off to Anderson. Anderson with it, looking for space, dribbling right, spins, got the ball knocked away, and a foul that's going to go against Wilson coming on the help. That'll be the third foul against Isaiah Wilson, and we'll send Terry Anderson to the free throw line. He will shoot 2.
Good to get Anderson to the free throw line because it gets him back into this game. Just get him back in, find a rhythm, and get him back on defense. You don't want him to the point where he's chasing the play where he can pick up that 5th foul easily. I'd also get him out at this point.
Anderson free throw on the way is good. He sat for about 7 minutes of game time, John. So real time, that's what, 25 minutes.
But at this point, just given the fact that you're going back on defense, if he makes this free throw, I would get him out until the under 8.
One more free throw coming here for Terry Anderson. 68-58, high point on top. 8:07 to go in the game. Anderson looking for his 18th point of the night. Free throw is up. It's good.
He's going to stay in the game.
69-58, high point. Winthrop with the basketball. Anderson is guarding Wilson out front. Wilson dribbles over on the right side, bumps into Johnston, picks up his dribble. Needs some help now. Wilson finds Rozier cutting back door, right baseline shot rejected inside and saved underneath. Fletcher did it all.
He's been incredible.
Hand off Martin. Here comes High Point. Timeout coming to the next dead ball. Martin yo-yos that dribble out near midcourt. Working against Dalen Berry. 1-4 flat. Here comes Aquino now to set the screen. Shot clock at 11. Martin dribbles right. Makes the pass to Anderson right corner. Pump fake on the drive. Drop it off Aquino to the rim. Missed the 2-hand slam, but he was fouled. And he will go to the line to shoot 2. The foul is against Cody Cluett, his 3rd. And we will have High Point free throws for Owen Aquino when we return. 7:27 remaining here in Johnson City, Tennessee. The top seed High Point on top of the 2 seed Winthrop, 69-58. You are listening to the Big South Conference Championship on Westwood One.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You push yourself in everything you do, scanning headlines for insights, keeping an eye on the market. Robinhood puts you in control of your money, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
O'Reilly. Replace your wiper blades and save $10 on a pair of Rain-X Latitude wiper blades at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Beam blade technology improves windshield contact for maximum visibility. Our professional parts people will even install your new wiper blades for free. Stop by your O'Reilly Auto Parts store or shop online at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for NCAA March Madness. Alongside our producer, Drew Casey, engineer Bob White, and John Crispin, I am merely Ryan Radke, reminding you that with the Westwood One Sports app, you can stream every Westwood One broadcast live right from your phone, for free. NFL, college football, NCAA March Madness, U.S. soccer, and more. It's all in the Westwood One Sports app. Download now for iOS and Android and take the game with you wherever you go. 7:27 to go. High Point, the number 1 seed, with an 11-point lead over the 2 seed Winthrop. 69-58. Owen Aquino going to the free throw line to shoot 2. High Point keeps stretching the lead out. Winthrop finds a way to get it back to single digits. The game's still kind of hanging there for somebody here in the final 7:27, John.
I think High Point cutting in at times into this lead is almost what if Winthrop cutting into that lead. It's almost giving me, if High Point wins, my coaching move of the day. Because sometimes it's not about what you did. It's about what you didn't do in those situations.
Aquino at the free throw line where he is 2 for 2 in the game. Aquino trying to go back to the tournament. He was there last year with Liberty. Free throw on the way and good. Liberty lost in the first round last year, went out to the Oregon Ducks.
Flint Clayman has been very intense, but he does it in a way that still allows his players to play and be aggressive.
Second free throw scored by Aquino. So Owen Aquino now with 11 points in the ballgame. Pass inside Duncombe on the right block. He turns and lays it up and in. 71-60 High Point, 7:09 remaining in the ballgame. Martin yo-yos that dribble out front near the midcourt line. Starts left, gets to the elbow, stops back out front. Johnson right back to Martin, high on the left, well beyond the three-point arc. Get it to Aquino, shovel it back. Martin, wing 3 in the air. It's good! Rob Martin has had a heck of a game, giving 15, and High Point leads 74-60.
Not the prettiest of shots, barely any backspin, but he gets them to go. He's a tough shot maker around the rim.
Fluid picked up his dribble on the right wing, up to Berry, swinging around left side, Rozier, dumping into Duncombe, left of the lane, get it to a cutting Wilson, down the left side, puts it up, can't finish, Duncombe tip no good, grabs the rebound again, turns, gets it out to Rozier, now to Berry, bounce it to Fluid in the right corner, driving against Anderson, gets around him, and it's knocked away and stolen. Martin comes out of there with it for High Point. 6:19 to go, High Point ball up by 14.
Aquino's either tired or hurt. He is walking up the floor. I think both teams are aghast.
Martin with the ball out near midcourt. Aquino sets the screen again. Martin dribbling over on the left, backs up, shot clock down to 9. Martin takes it back out near midcourt. He's going to rise up, top of the key 3. Knuckleball back in the rim, no good. Wilson is there for the Winthrop rebound. Off on the right side, it goes to Cluett. He'll pull up, deep 3, right wing. Got it again! Third 3 of the half for Cody Cluett. That one from about 5 feet beyond the line. 74-63, the High Point lead at 11. 5:44 to go.
Cluett made a good decision, understanding Terry Anderson can't get up and engage, so dribble into an open 3, knowing that the defender's going to back off.
Martin dribbles over on the left side, works his way into the paint, jump stop, kick it over to Anderson, shovel it up top. Martin didn't take the 3 this time. Shot clock shows 9. Martin with the top of the key, puts it on the deck. Pass goes left side. Fletcher will take the deep jumper and hit it. It's a 3 for Cam Fletcher. 35% three-point shooter. He drills that one to put High Point back up 14. 77-63. Cluett 3 in response. Left wing, back of the rim, no good. Rebound inside. Duncombe puts a shoulder down, gets into the paint, turns, pump fake, lays it up, in and one.
And I'm surprised there was a foul called because you had every High Point player trying to avoid the foul, but I think they're going to get that one on Johnston.
So Duncombe will go back to the free throw line. Foul against Chase Johnston will be his 3rd.
You had Aquino and Terry Anderson in there just trying not to foul.
They're literally backing away. Yes. Duncomb's free throw in the air and good. So Logan Duncombe, 15 in the game, 12 have come in the second half, 77-66, inside 5 minutes to go. High Point with the ball, leading by 11. Martin across the timeline. Here comes Aquino to set the screen again. Martin dribbling left. Makes the pass to Fletcher, left corner, puts it on the deck, drives right into the paint, crashes into Duncombe and a foul. And that's going to send Fletcher to the free throw line. They're going to get the foul against Cluett. They're going to say he made first contact. That'll keep Duncombe in the game. Cluett picks up his 4th. And Fletcher back to the line to shoot 2.
A good attack by Cam Fletcher. Understanding you got Duncan in there doing what Anderson and Aquino are doing, trying not to foul. So get to the rim and at least have an easy opportunity at the rim.
Fletcher, 12 points in the ball game, 2 of 3 at the free throw line. His first rattles down.
I don't think they win this game if not for Cam Fletcher.
Tell you what, 13 points, a career-high 15 rebounds for Fletcher.
Well, particularly at a time where you have guys on the floor with 4 fouls. You have to be the more physical guy rebounding in the paint.
Fletcher's second free throw is good. So it's 14 and 15 for Cam Fletcher. 79-66 high point, 4:40 to go. Rozier into the front court. Duncan sets a screen. Rozier dribbles around into the left, turns the corner, gets into the paint, lays it up off the glass and good for 2. Left-hand drive, right-hand finish for Kareem Rozier. He's got 17 in the game. 79-68 high point, 4:25 to go.
High point bigs defend the ball screen flat, so it's an opportunity for guys like Rozier to attack the bigs with 4 fouls.
Martin dribbles left, get it to Johnston, right back to Martin. Shot clock at 13. Martin puts it on the deck, working with Johnston out front. Martin on the drive, into the paint, stops, spins, get it out to Aquino. Shot clock at 6. Pitch it to Johnston. Finds Martin, left corner, open for a 3. In and out, no good. And the rebound collected by Rozier for Winthrop. Inside 4 minutes to go. Winthrop down 11 with the ball. Rozier, deep 3, top of the key, off the left side of the rim. No. Fight for the rebound inside, and it's pulled away by Fletcher, his 16th of the game. I'm not sure that's the shot Mark Crosser was looking for.
No, he was open because he was so deep. And if there's a fight for the rebound, it's going to Cam Fletcher.
Martin again will milk some clock, holds the dribble out near midcourt. 3:35 to go. High point with the ball, up by 11. Martin dribbles on the left, turns the corner, down the lane, reverse layup. No, but a foul on Duncan. That's number 5, and he's done. Duncan in frustration stares down at Martin. Martin does not react until he gets up and now says something to Duncan as he walks to the free throw line. Logan Duncan is done. The Big South Player of the Year has fouled out with 3:28 to go. And Rob Martin will be at the free throw line when we return. High Point 79, Winthrop 68. You're listening to the Big South Conference Championship on Westwood One.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Want consistent color for every job? Milo's Pro Rewards members get a 20% paint discount on future purchases after paint annual qualifying spend reaches $3,000. Plus, order eligible in-stock paint and paint supplies by 2 p.m. for free same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Improving is easy at Lowe's. Excludes spray paint and mist tints. More exclusions, terms, and conditions apply. Subject to change. Details at Lowe's.com/terms. Same-day delivery valid in select zip codes. Subject to driver availability. Details at Lowe's.com/same-day delivery.
And Doug. There's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means sitting front row at a comedy show.
Hey everyone, check out this guy and his bird. What is this, your first date?
Oh, no, we help people customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual together. We're married. Me to a human, him to a bird.
Yeah, the bird looks out of your league anyways.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
3:28 to go here in Johnson City, Tennessee. High Point, the number 1 seed in the Big South, on top of the 2 seed Winthrop, 79-68. Rob Martin is going to the free throw line to shoot 2. Logan Duncan, the Big South Player of the Year, fouled out. He is on the bench right now. His head is down, staring at the floor. Duncan finished with a double-double, 17 and 10 after what was a really tough first half. You got to give the kid credit. With the foot injury, It's been described as something between a stress fracture and a fracture. He continues to play as Martin's first free throw rims out. Today's broadcast of the Big South Conference Championship on Westwood One is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of Van Wagner Sports and Entertainment and Westwood One is strictly prohibited. Martin's second free throw is good. He's got 16 points in the game. 80-68 High Point, 3:24 to go. Rozier across the timeline with a left-hand dribble. Wilson sets a screen. Rozier dribbles out between the circles. Looks to his right, drives to his left, bumped and fouled by Chase Johnston. He picks up his fourth, and free throws coming up for Winthrop. Back to Duncan, though, John.
Yep.
I mean, again, give the kid credit.
Yes.
He's battled through a lot to play in this tournament, and he really came out and had a good second half after struggling in the first.
Yeah, he really capitalized, too, on the foul trouble, where High Point was not able to apply pressure early in the possession. He was able to win position and had a big impact and helped them come back into it.
Rozier, first free throw on the way, rattles and comes out. And again, that has been an Achilles heel today for Winthrop. The Eagles have gone 14 of 26 at the free throw line. They have missed 12 free throws in a game they trailed by 12.
Yeah, free throw's going to matter down the stretch for High Point as well as the game slows.
Second free throw on the way and good. So Rozier splits the trip. He's got 18. 80-69, 3:16 to go. Inbound to Martin. Winthrop now with full court pressure. Martin needs some help. Get it to Aquino. Throws it ahead to Johnston. Johnston back over to Martin, trying to get it across, and he does with 1 second to spare, and then gets fouled by Isaiah Wilson. Rob Martin is getting into his teammates saying, hey, I got to have more help than that.
He's also got to be careful. He turned his back to the defense and actually walked into a double team in the worst spot on the floor in a coffin corner as he just got over half court. But earns an opportunity at the foul line. And as I said, these are going to matter because it's going to be more of a possession-to-possession contest here down in the last 3 minutes.
Martin 3 of 5 at the free throw line, and now 4 of 6 as he makes the first. 17 in the game for Rob Martin, second on the team in scoring. He averages over 15 a game. First team all Big South newcomer of the year. Second free throw is good. Came in from Southeast Missouri. He's got 18, and he gives High Point an 82-69 lead with 3:03 to go. Fluid, bounce it down left side. Barry puts it on the deck, drives into the paint, stops, puts it up, blocked by Aquino, and he grabs the rebound himself. Boy, Anderson just getting out of the way, and Aquino sends away Barry at the rim.
Well, Aquino did a good job of gapping to not pick up the foul, providing himself just enough space to be a secondary defender and get the block.
Martin with a dribble out near midcourt. Martin watching time melt away. Shot clock at 7. Aquino the high screen. Martin dribbles left, rises up, 3 ball in the air. That's off the rim short. Rebound tapped by Fletcher into the hands of Cluett for Winthrop. Drops it off behind him. Rozier almost threw it away, and then a foul against Johnston, who went for the steal. And Chase Johnston is just fouled out. Boy, Cluett just dropped that ball into space. Johnston thought he had a chance to steal it and go the other way. Instead, he bumped into Rozier. And Chase Johnston fouls out with 11 points in the game. That'll get Braden Hawson back in.
Those are always tough fouls because it's a 50-50 ball. No one has a right to it. They're both going after the basketball. Rozier just took a bit of contact, but also sold it with a spin.
Rozier 3 of 5 at the free throw line. First of 2 is on the way for him, and that one is good.
Really no size on the floor for Winthrop. So if you can get to the rim at this point with 2:25 left, there's no reason for Aquino and Terry Anderson to be concerned with foul trouble. Well, maybe there is because they're getting deep into the bench.
Second free throw for Rozier. It's on the way. It's good. So Kareem Rozier with 20. He had been in a little bit of an offensive slump. What he has brought today, Conrad Martinez back in. Fletcher will grab a seat.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a quick one for Fletcher. You need him back in on defense, but now you have an additional ball handler to manage the pressure that they just had trouble with.
Aquino looking. He'll bounce it into Martin. Trapped in the corner. Gets it back to Aquino. Over to Anderson. Now to Martinez. Martinez will bring the dribble ahead himself. He throws it ahead to Martin up the left sideline. Martin now again will bring the dribble back out near midcourt. Watched closely by Rozier. High Point leading by 11. Content to watch the clock melt away. Martin pounds it down with the left hand. Rozier right there in his hip pocket. Martin creating a little bit of space. Shot clock down to 7. Game clock at 2 minutes. Martin dribbling left inside the elbow. 13-foot jumper off the iron too strong. Camerad the rebound for Winthrop. Hand it off to Rozier. Right side Cluett. Cluett on the drive. Gets down inside, puts it up and out, but a foul will send him to the free throw line to shoot 2. He got into the body of Hawson. The foul is not going to be against Hawson, however. I think that was Aquino. And if it is, that's his 5th. Nope, they did give it to Hawson.
Offensively for High Point, they've gotten a little stagnant trying to just run clock down, and it's all been Rob Martin. Some empty possessions here down the stretch.
Pruitt's first free throw rims in. A reminder to join us again later today for our next championship broadcast on Westwood One. North Dakota takes on North Dakota State. Jason Benetti and Sean Morris have all the action of the Summit League Championship beginning at 8:45 p.m. Eastern. If it's Conference Championship Week, it's on WestwoodOneSports.com and the Westwood One Sports app. Second free throw for Cluett is no good. Fletcher snatches down the rebound. High Point has the ball up by 10, 82-72, and now a timeout taken by High Point. They were having trouble getting the ball ahead.
You know, that's where you've got to be aware. We say things like time and score. You also just have to have situational awareness. The pressure, when you throw the ball backwards, you get closer to that 10-second mark. Got to advance at least on your next pass.
So Flynn Clayman takes the timeout. He's got one left, 1:42 to go.
Well, he lost that one timeout with the challenge that was somewhat useless. Or someone might be losing a job.
The timeout where all his players were saying, no, don't challenge it.
And that poor grad assistant.
Poor guy.
Oh.
He can only hope that he will have a chance to redeem himself somewhere in the big dance next week.
Yeah, the big dance where even more people are watching.
Yeah. No pressure there, right?
Don't let it happen again. That's
right. You're only as good as your last one.
I think it's been a good performance by Winthrop. They just let the game get a little bit too out of touch. Because you got a High Point team that can score in bunches when the game gets fast, and Winthrop had to make the game fast to get back into it. Still have an opportunity here. They've been effective with the full court pressure.
Aquino will inbound in the backcourt, and we've got a whistle and a foul before the inbounds. And I think that's going to be against Rozier. Well, it's actually Wilson, and that's his 5th. So Wilson fouls out with 1:42 to go.
It's funny. We've talked about how physical the game has been and pretty much how they let them play. There's still a lot of guys with 4 and 5 fouls on our stat sheet.
It just goes to show you got to draw the line somewhere, right?
And I think they've done a good job of cleaning it up. But if you eliminate some of the dead ball technicals, the flagrants, I think it was a pretty well-played physical contest. Fair both ways. Consistent, as you said earlier.
Martin will go to the free throw line for 2. First one on the way is good. And Rob Martin will have a chance for a 20-point game here. 12 straight games in double figures. He's averaged over 17 a game in that stretch. Really been big for High Point coming down to the end. Second free throw is good, so he's got the 20. And the High Point lead at 12, 84-72, 1:42 to go. Here comes Rozier into the front court with a left-hand dribble. Watched by Martin out front. Camerat sets a screen. Rozier dribbles around to the right. Rozier spinning to the free throw line. Gets it to Cluett. Driving over on the right side. Stops off the elbow. Bounce pass goes to Barry down the right side. His pass deflected in the air. Volleyballed around. And Dowie's got it down in the right corner. And Dowie with it against Anderson. Up the boards it goes to Rozier. Rozier driving right along the baseline. Drops it off inside Camerat. Shot rejected inside by Aquino. Picked up by Fletcher. Drives down to the other end. Lays it up. In and one. And there is the exclamation points. Cam Fletcher all the way to the other end, lays it in plus the foul, a chance for a three-point play, and with 1:13 to go, High Point's lead is 14. The Panthers are on their way back to the big dance.
And no one stopped the basketball because it was Cam Fletcher bringing it up. When a guard's bringing it up, someone's going to stop the ball. No one stopped the ball because they didn't think of him as a threat.
Fletcher's free throw is good. 17 points in the ball game for Fletcher to go along with 18 rebounds. 87-72 High Point, 109 to go. Here's Rozier with it, driving down the right side, gets to the bucket, lays it up and in. Kareem Rozier with 22, 87-74, inside a minute to go now, and Martin lost the ball. Made a spin move in the backcourt and just lost it out of bounds. It'll go back to Winthrop with 57.8 left.
Well, guys like Cam Fletcher and Terry Anderson can't leave. They can't just go to the other side of the floor. They got to stay and maintain help. So if a double comes, you need to be the outlet.
Pass goes all the way into the backcourt where it's run down by Rozier. The clock will start. Rozier back into the front court. He'll take a deep three. That one too strong off the rim. There's Fletcher again to rip down his 19th rebound of the game. Off it goes to Rob Martin. Martin over to Anderson. Anderson back to Martin. Martin throws it ahead to Conrad Martinez. Back out to Anderson. High Point will hold it. Martin near midcourt, fouled by Camarad with 36.2 to go. And now the celebration can begin for High Point. The bench is up. Their fans are up. High Point is headed back to the big dance. They are on the verge of win number 30 on the year.
I've got the SEC conference tournament coming up this week. And I think they say it where it means more. I think this is where you see it means the most to these mid-major conferences. You see one half of this gym elate, excited about what's come. One half sitting, just understanding that this is it.
Martin's second free throw is good after he made the first. He's got 22 in the game, 89-74 High Point, 36.2 to go. Rozier driving right. They'll give him an open lane to the bucket. He missed the layup inside. Anderson the rebound. Saves it into Ndowie, who was able to lay it up and in. And Winthrop will take time with 27.5 seconds to go. 89-76 High Points.
Now, as much as you want to feel good and kind of feed on the energy you're getting from your crowd as they start to celebrate as if this one's over, you've got to be talking about in the huddle how you need to break this pressure. They're going to foul, but they're first trying to get a steal, trying to get a 10-second violation, trying to get a 5-second violation. So get the ball inbounds first and look to advance quickly. Force the defense to chase the play and force them to foul quickly.
Flynn Clayman with his team huddled up. You know, everybody talks about the advantages High Point has. As you referred to them, I think accurately, a well-resourced program. But think about Flynn Clayman. He takes over for Alan Haas, who went back to Creighton as the head coach in waiting. Everybody's just expecting you're going to win the league. You're going to go back to the tournament. You don't think there was some pressure on his shoulders this year?
There's a ton of pressure when the expectation is as high as it is at High Point. Also, there is added pressure when you apply resources that many others in your conference don't have. The expectation is that you'll succeed, and you'll earn all that money back in the NCAA tournament.
Aquino with the inbound to Martin, up ahead Anderson. Anderson running in transition, did not have an open lane, so he'll pull it back out. Give it to Martinez, over to Martin. He's grabbed and fouled by Camarad with 18.6 to go. And Rob Martin a chance to add to his point total, which right now stands at 22.
Now, High Point did a good job of advancing the ball and then throwing ahead. They were trying to double. Winthrop was trying to double in the backcourt, which means you've got numbers up front. No reason to take the shot. Take 8 seconds off the clock if you can.
Boy, High Point got a scare yesterday.
Yes.
In the semis. They only beat Presbyterian by 6. That was a game they actually trailed at halftime as Martin makes the first free throw. And Presbyterian was game. I mean, they hung with the Panthers the entire way.
Well, I think teams get familiar with the approach for High Point, and the approach is aggression. They will continue to be aggressive regardless of the situation. I love that about them, but at times it could hurt you. It also makes them dangerous in the NCAA tournament.
Mark Prosser now is emptying his bench. Brings in a Henry Harrison, brings in Cam Christie. Harrison playing in his 22nd career game. Christie is a walk-on. Martin's second free throw is up, or his first free throw is up and good.
Also, you got to remember, it's a matchup that's split this year. So Winthrop comes in here with all the confidence in the world that they can win.
By the way, that was his second free throw. I thought it was his second
weird.
Free throw. Inbounds pass. Here comes Ndowie up the floor. 15 seconds left. And Ndowie dribbling left into the paint. Lost it out of bounds. And that'll give it back to High Point. 11.7 to go. And all the Panthers need to do now is get the ball across the timeline. And the party can begin. Aquino into Martin. Winthrop is done fouling. Martin will bring it across the timeline. Flynn Clayman is urging on his fans. We're down to 3 seconds, down to 2, down to 1, and a High Point has done it again for the second straight year. The Panthers are the Big South champs, and they have punched their ticket to the big dance. High Point 91, Winthrop 76. The High Point Panthers, back-to-back Big South tournament champions and back-to-back NCAA tournament appearances. High Point wins the title here in 2026. They will go to the big dance where they will be, John Crispin, a formidable opponent.
Yeah, this has been a remarkable performance. A lot of fun to watch too. We said it on the outset here. Winthrop came out and made this one heck of a game, but it was a game that only High Point could win. That fast pace, that intensity over a 40-minute period, too much for Winthrop. High Point was able to establish their game, maintain it, and regardless of the Winthrop runs, High Point stuck with what they do. They played to their identity and were able to pull it out.
It's really what you expect when you get the 1 seed against the 2 seed. Every time High Point started to pull away, Winthrop had an answer, but then High Point found a way to come back, stretch that lead out again. I mean, you get to this time of the year, these are the kind of games you want in conference championship week.
Yeah, the two best teams, too. And you go back, we said earlier in the game, this is the third straight regular season title for High Point. The last team to do that in this conference was Winthrop in 04 to 07. So two powerhouse programs within this conference. A remarkable performance. Flea Clayman is just, he is so excited. It's great. You got to love this. You hurt for one team, but man, the excitement for the team that's going dancing and is about to cut down some nets. It's special.
Flynn Clayman just grabbed Cam Fletcher in a bear hug. That hug has lasted for about 30 seconds. And Fletcher is back out on the court celebrating with his teammates. There are tears in